open up the panels as soon as we get up to 8,000 likes. I will open up the panel. I need everybody tapping the screen. Also, send your daily heart me if you have not done so. It's only 1 coin and it helps boost the live. So if you could, please go ahead and send your daily heart me. Again, it's only 1 coin and it helps boost the live. It helps get us push out to the FYP so we can get more people in here so we can actually have these conversations. If you are someone that is interested in joining the panel, the box is open. I'm going to reset this gift goal to another 1 cent gift goal. I'm going to keep resetting this. And guys, if we can knock these out a couple times, it will help push us out to the FYP and get more people in here to actually join the panel. So guys, again, if you are interested in joining, all are welcome. All are welcome. Again, this is Late Nights with Santana. Late Nights with Santana. If you are interested in joining and you're a U.S. citizen, you're a U.S. citizen. I see who's in the box. Guys, listen, sorry. If you have to be a U.S. citizen, if you are not a U.S. citizen, sorry, we can't do it. Can't do it. So if you are someone that's interested in joining, no matter if you support Donald Trump and the Trump administration, or if you're just someone who's trying to get past these next 4 years, go ahead and request up. We are talking to everyone. Guys, I don't understand what's happening, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, Brett, come up for a second because I actually do have a question for you. You can come up for a second, Brett. I've seen your messages. You can come up for just a moment because I do have a question for you, and then we'll move forward from that point. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up. Let's get the shares up to 50 shares. If you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request. If you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request. This is Late Nights with Santana. That means everyone is welcome. Any and everyone is welcome. If you are someone that's excited about this Trump administration, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that is not excited about this Trump administration, if you're just trying to get past these next 4 years, go ahead and get in the box. We will go ahead and get started here in just a moment. We will get started here in just a moment. Brett, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, Brett, I know you, listen, okay, you said you have dual citizenship. I'm not going to press that. I know you're Canadian, but normally, yeah, we don't normally do, international people on the panel just because this is more so a focus on, the U.S. and what's happening in the U.S. But I do understand, especially with you being Canadian, and even how the United States affects the rest of the world. So I did want to give you an opportunity to get up here and speak, but even more so, literally, actually, I was looking for you last night. And the reason I was looking for you because I saw your message more than a few times. But there was an interesting fella on the panel last night, and I was looking for a Canadian that wanted to actually push back on it because his perspective was he said he was in Alberta, and he said, wait, why'd you say that?
Because they're all stupid right-leaning people.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this was the premise of what he said. He said that Alberta was excited about it. So many people support Trump and they wanted to become the 51st state. And I was like, BS, right? But we talked through multiple points and we went from there. But I was actually looking for someone who was Canadian that actually wanted to speak on that and the position as far as, where they are. So let's do this. I do have a question for you. And you know what? I'll let you hang around just a little bit if you want to on the panel. I know you have some information that you want to share, but if you want to actually engage in the overall conversation, you can hang out for a little while if you like.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So guys, if you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that is excited about this new Trump administration, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that is not excited, you're just trying to make it through these next 4 years, go ahead and request up. This is Late Nights with Santana, and all are absolutely welcome. So go ahead and make sure that you request up. With that being said, question for you, Brett. So I would love to hear your perspective as far as like what everyday Canadians are actually thinking when it comes to what's happening with this back and forth, with the United States. And I'd love to know if there's a separation between like the the government and the people, but even more so, like, are you seeing Canadians who are just like, oh, yeah, we love Trump and we want to go ahead and be a part of this?
Um, that's a good question. Like where I'm from, not really, but like out
Wait, what part of
like
Canada are you from?
you know where Ontario is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live like near Toronto, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've seen like surveys, right? And it says like 90% of Canadians don't want to be 51st state or just like don't like it at all. But
Hmm.
like what's it called? Um like in Alberta, it's like they're like the most conservative province and it's like only like not even 20% of the people, it's like 18 there.
Mm.
So like do you remember a couple years ago where like there was a truckers convoy in Canada?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's like all those people they were saying then like, oh, Canada first, Canada first, and then now they're all backing down from it. They're like, oh yeah, we want to be the 51st state now. But like
Mm.
so
Mm.
like they're kind
Okay.
of like, yeah, they're
So
trying to.
what's your perspective as someone that's you're on the outside looking in, but you're directly impacted by this because of course you're Canadian, but you're also aside from Mexico, you're our closest neighbor, so literally everything that's happening directly impacts you. What are your thoughts as far as what are you seeing, what you're seeing, and then also you had something you wanted to share with the people. I don't know if usually we pick up a little bit later in the evening. And since you've been gracious enough to actually answer some questions for me, if you want to hold off until later in the evening, and then I'll let you back up, we can do so. But your
Yeah, yeah,
call.
I gotta go in a minute anyway, so like I
Okay.
might come back later though. So
Okay. But what are your thoughts? How is this actually hitting for you?
like I think for me, and I think I speak on behalf of like probably about like 90% of Canadians, as like the polls say, like we just think that we're being traded on because like you guys were our closest allies, but like
Mm.
we don't hate Americans, but it's like we hate the MAGA movement because they're fucking like they're just assholes to us. Like I'm not trying to be.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you know. Most normal people in America hate them too. So
No, I know,
like
I
there's
know.
that. Okay. Are you guys worried? Like is there an actual because I know there's been a proposed bill that's put forward to actually to make sure that Congress can't appropriate funds to invading Canada or Mexico. Like there's actually a resolution that's been proposed to make sure that doesn't happen. So like what are your thoughts?
I mean, that's really cool. Like I gotta look into that, but like I definitely will when I get off. But like that's like isn't Congress controlled by the Republicans as well?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's such a tight split, and the way that things are working, like it's hard for them to get anything through.
Hmm.
And if there's enough pressure applied, then I mean, something like that can pass. Not necessarily saying that it will pass, but the fact that there's a need. It's a lot of interesting things that are happening. Like there was a need for them to actually Democrats to put that bill out, right? Or even like today, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, had to go on record and say that the United States will not actually fund Russia in war. Like it's insane that we have to take these positions and make these comments.
Yeah, it's insane because like the Budapest memorandum or whatever it is, like I don't know how he's allowed to back out from that on Trump's perspective.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane, and it's something that I know we're going through directly here in the U.S. I know the rest of the world is going through it with us as well. But you and the rest of our neighbors to the north and the south, you guys are going through it directly with us as well. So I'm you know there's only a small subgroup that really feel
Yeah,
the way that they do. So.
I mean that's the way I've thought before. Like you guys had your election, and then I woke up in the morning. I was just so surprised that Trump won. Like I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, as someone who the United States has let down before, right?
Mhm.
And waking up multiple times and watching that let down, it doesn't shock me. But also, I think the problem that we have here in the United States is people don't vote. right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the amount of people that actually voted versus the amount of people that were eligible to vote, there's a dramatic difference. And then, there's a problem with people just allowing things to happen,
Yeah.
right? And not understanding the worldwide effect that allowing things to happen have. So,
Yeah, like I'll say like one more thing, then I got to get off. But like
absolutely.
in my province, like we just had an election for our premier, and
Hmm.
like you know how like in Canada, like you get like a 5 year period, right? But you can
Hmm.
basically call an election whenever you want.
Hmm.
And then like so Doug Ford is my premier, and he has
Hmm.
been since 2018. He called the election, and he basically used like the tariffs as like a reason to like have the election, and like we only had like a 43% voter turnout, and they won by a landslide. But like a lot of people who voted, they voted conservative because they thought that Doug Ford was the guy who was the most fit for like negotiation and like just being like a jerk to Donald Trump, because that's like kind of what him and his family's known for. But like
Hmm.
I just like, don't think it's right that they got to do that. Like I don't hate Doug Ford. I don't like his policies, but like I think when shit hits the fan, like he knows like who to stand up for and like what's right.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, Brett, I'm gonna drop you down and we're gonna go ahead and get started. But yeah, like I said, if you want to actually join later, I will give you an opportunity when our viewership picks up a little bit more. I know I've seen you trying to hop on with sparring, and that's definitely not the place for it. But
Yeah.
late nights is a lot different. So,
Okay.
uh,
All right.
but yeah, feel free to come back. I appreciate you
All
spending a
right.
little bit of time
You
with
have a
me.
good night.
You as well. All right, guys, tap, tap, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up. Let's get the shares up as well. Let's get to 100 shares. Also, guys, let's do all the wonderful things. We still have a couple of spots left on the panel. If you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. And we are speaking to each and every person. If you are someone that, especially if you're someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading, make sure that you request up. If you are someone that's worried and you're just trying to make it through these next 4 years, go ahead and request up. We are talking to each and every person, guys. This is Late Nights with Santana. We're going to go around the panel real quick and do quick introductions just to see where we are and see who we have on the panel. And then we will look to fill these last couple of boxes. Kiko, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Kiko, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
Definitely not.
Ooh, okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. Hold tight for me 1 second. Aneta, how are you, my friend? Aneta, gonna send you a request to come off mute. Aneta going once. Aneta going twice. Oh, there you go. Aneta, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what happened. I don't have a microphone to take it off mute.
Oh, okay. Well, you're good. What you have to do is TikTok moves around sometimes. You have to just tap your profile picture, and then you'll see the mic, and then you can actually take it off from there.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Aneta, are you?
It's
How excited
Anita.
are Anita?
Anita.
I'm sorry, Anita.
Okay.
Anita, how excited are you excited about the direction of the country heading? The direction that the country's heading in under this new Trump administration.
Well, I don't know if it's excitement or if it's fear. I can tell you that. I'm not excited about what he's doing. I don't like what's happening, but it does stir up some emotions to try to figure out which way, where I stand in the whole thing. I don't
Hmm.
like what he's doing. So, um,
Okay.
but I had, go ahead,
Well,
Sam.
that's interesting. Real quick, because we're just doing introductions. I'm come back around to you. Um, but did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did not.
Okay. All right. Who did you vote for?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Anita, give me 1 second here, and I will come back around to you. All right. Sex. That's how you say your username, right? Sex.
Yeah, it's sexy, but you can call
Sexy.
you can do Andrew because I don't want to get you like in trouble or nothing.
So good, Andrew. Guys, W's in the chat for Cabe over on YouTube. Cabe sent a $1.99 super chat. You are freaking awesome. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you, saying keep educating. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat over on YouTube. Andrew, are you someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, perfect. Give me 1 second here. H. Rucker, H.
Hi,
Rucker, how are you?
doing okay. I am not in favor of Trump at all, and I'm trying to make sense of those who are still fond of him after this economic turmoil, because I thought that the economic promises he made were the driver of so many people voting for him. So I'm sitting here saying, okay, he's violating freedom of speech. He's destroying agencies that actually help people in red states too. He's doing all these things and you're putting up with it. I thought this was the thing you wanted. Now that it's being taken away, what's left?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna come right back to you. Risa, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
Wonderful. Are you excited about the direction the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
No, not at all. I had actually just come up when the Canadian guy was up because
Mm-hmm.
I'm American living in Canada.
Right.
So I have kind of a neat perspective. And I also happen to live in a town that has a lot of Trump supporters in it, even though
And
it's in Canada. So
yeah, and you're something else. Tell the chat what you are as well.
oh, and I am one of your mods.
Hey, Debbie's in the chat. So, I know Brett dropped. Did you want to hang out, or I think he's gonna come back later. I don't know. Like, you tell me. What do you want to do?
I'll come back later if he comes back up. But I'll be hanging out in chat and doing mod stuff.
Okay. All right. Perfect. You know, you're
Okay,
always
thank you,
welcome.
Santana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we have more space on the panel. I am willing to bring in maybe one more person that is not so excited about the country. But I really want to get people on the panel that is excited about the direction that the country is heading. I really want to make sure that we get people up here that's excited about the direction that the country is heading, because we don't want it to become an echo chamber. So if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading, go ahead and request up and we will get you in on the panel. If you are excited about the direction that the country is heading, go ahead and request up and we will get you in on the panel. Dan, how are you?
Hey, doing great, Santana. Good to see you again.
Yep. Dan, I know where you stand, but I'm going to go ahead and ask the question anyway. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
No.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Give me 1 second here, guys. So again, if you are someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration, go ahead and request up. If you are not someone that's excited, about the direction that the country is heading, please hold off requesting up for now. We are looking for some people. We're going to leave these spots open on the panel because we want to actually be able to have a back and forth conversation and not just hear the same voice, the same thing over and over. We want that opportunity. Thank you for the cake. So if you are excited, if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration, go ahead and request up. We will give you a spot. We will give you a voice. The panel is open. With that being said, guys, I want to run through just a couple of things to make sure that we are all set here. This is for everyone that's on the panel. Guys, please be mindful of TikTok friendly language. What does that mean? That means using words like AB, unalive, C19, mustache man, all of those wonderful things that allow us to protect not only your TikTok, but the live. Also, guys, this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't participate in any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of that. We don't deal with that on the panel or in the chat. So if you participate in any of that, you will be muted and blocked. My mods don't play that. Speaking of my mods, guys, please, please, please be mindful. Caps are for mods. Caps actually draw my attention from the panel to the chat. So if you are not a mod, please don't use caps. I want to be able to actually have these conversations with these people on the panel. Please, please, please be mindful and do not do that. Last but not least, guys, we do have a nightly donation goal, and the nightly donation goal has already been kicked off. And W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Gasper. Is it Jasper or Gasper? It's got a G. W's in the chat for Gasper, who sent a $2 donation saying, MAGA's dumb. Google undocumented immigrants. Civil office, not criminal. Dash BLM still matters. I'm gonna look it up, but thank you so much for that $2 donation. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Gasper. Oh, you sent another dollar donation, and you didn't say anything. Okay, well, thank you so much for that $3 donation, guys. That means that we're only $247 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And like I said, you can, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching over on YouTube, first of all, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? But if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Like the stream. Also, you can donate through Super Chat, and I will read out any donations through your Super Chat. Which I've already done with Caleb. What did I say? Caleb. W's in the chat for Caleb. But then also, we do have memberships, right? It's like a subscriber. It's amazing. You get more benefits. You get access to the Discord, all those wonderful, wonderful things. So please consider becoming a subscriber. Also, W's in the chat for Corey, who just sent a $2 donation to round it up to 5. I know how Corey is. She does not like when the numbers look like that. But guys, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get everything moving. I want to come around the panel because it was an interesting day here in the United States. It was a very, very interesting day. And I want to start with, I'm going to start with, Kiko. Kiko, I want to start with you. There was an interesting day. There was a lot of back and forth when it came to what happened today, right? Especially with Donald Trump and, the message that came out, with the message that came out as far as originally he was going to add a 50% tariff on was it aluminum and steel coming out of Canada, and then literally like 2 hours later they turned around and said nope, not happening. So I guess my question is, what do you think? Is it Trump bluffing and people are calling his bluff and he's realizing he has to back down? Or like, I kind of think there might be a little bit of market manipulation. Like, what do you make of this whole situation with Donald Trump and being so unsure as far as the tariffs and the things that he's doing?
I just think it just seems like he's just trying to like mess up our economy for some reason. Maybe to like, cause something that bigger, I feel like they're thinking something in. Yeah, also like market manipulation, like they're all trying to get rich too, so it kind of goes together. Like they're trying to get rich, they're trying to mess up our economy.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that there's something to that, and I heard there was I spoke with someone who was a Trump supporter, who actually kicked around that idea, and I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, like I don't really lean into those type of things, but like it's hard to imagine that someone could be this inept, right? Like it has to be something, right?
Definitely.
Like I just refuse to believe that someone could be like this incompetent that they're crashing the economy. And I don't know if it's like ego or whatever the case may be, but it's absolutely insane. It's mind-boggling.
Did you see the video? I forget which senator it was, but basically him saying and asking if Trump were a Russian asset, what could he possibly be doing that would be more effective as a Russian asset?
Yeah, I saw that.
Wild.
It was they asked one of the AI systems, and they said there's nothing more that he could be doing outside of what he's already doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know. It's just it's an interesting time. It's an interesting
And
time,
like what's
and
weird to me too, yeah, what's interesting to me too is like how like Russia propaganda and like the stuff we're seeing on like X and the stuff that, you know, MAGA people are saying, like it all is kind of like to cover up what's actually going on. And we're trying to feed people facts and they're just like, nah, you guys are lying. Oh, you can't believe anything. But they believe, you know, Trump's word, they believe Elon's word. Like it's crazy.
yeah, no, it's interesting, and even more so with that, the not only the willingness to accept that, but the unwillingness to actually push back on anything that is could be perceived as misinformation or disinformation. Okay, give me 1 second here, Kiko. Guys, W's in the chat for Randall. First and foremost, massive shout outs in the chat for Randall. Randall is one of our members or quote unquote subscribers over on YouTube. Randall watches over on YouTube every day. Massive W's in the chat for Randall, who sent a $10 super chat to say like and subscribe here on YouTube. You can also join as a member here on YouTube. Randall, not you over there showing up and showing out for your boy. Guys, millions of W's in the chat for Randall. Randall, thank you so much for being amazing. Again, listen, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to join Randall's the only person in the cool kid club on YouTube. He's the only member. So W's in the chat for Randall. Thank you for that. Um, let's see here. Also, guys, Debbie's in the chat for Jacob. Jacob sent a dollar donation saying, barbecue chicken, orange chicken, teriyaki chicken, and Lakers in 5. Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, that makes me so happy. I don't think you guys understand how happy that makes me. I don't think you understand. Anyway, guys, Debbie's in the chat for Jacob. Guys, if you are someone that is a supporter of Donald Trump, if you're someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading, please, please, please go ahead and request up. We are leaving these 3 spots open for people that are excited about the direction that the country is heading. So if you are someone that is not excited about the direction that the country is heading at this moment, please, I'm asking you, please, please, please do not request up at this moment. We are only looking for people that are excited about the direction that the country is heading. We are trying to balance out this panel just a little bit. I don't want it to continue to be overloaded. With that being said, I want to come to Anita. Which one?
Anita.
Anita, there we go. Anita, what is your thoughts, right? Because like we know that, you know, Donald Trump has gone on record saying that he loves the poorly educated, and we've also, you know, heard speculations about, you know, Trump and his actual educational background, whether it's the records not being accurate at Wharton's or whatever. But like, it can't be that he's just so inept that he's like accidentally, like, I don't know. What do you think about the fact that everything that he's doing is, it seems like he's trying to tank the economy? What are your thoughts?
That's exactly what I think.
Hmm.
I listened to some lives a couple of days ago, and there were several crypto investors in this live, and a lot of them were saying that um, they liked what was happening. You talk about who's excited about what's going on. They were very excited about what was going on because they insisted that that this intention is to crash this economy and to rebuild it into his own brand, into the golden age, quote unquote, where he's going to have technology and crypto become the currency. And it may be a fantasy of his, or maybe of these young investors. Maybe it's their fantasy, but this is what they insisted was happening. And it kind of makes sense in some ways. I mean, there's so many smoke screens. I mean, like talking about trans people, and which is less than 1% of the population, to make people all worried about that, and focusing on groceries and continuing to go back and forth with the tariffs. He's just really trying to keep everybody confused. and not understanding what's going on. Because there's a bigger picture here. I really do believe it. He has bigger intentions. And I do think that they include Russia. I don't know how he's going to do that, but he's really creating an alliance. I mean, even with this ambush with Zelensky, he invited Russian media to that meeting.
Yeah, well, I will say this. I can't say that he invited, but yes, Russian state media definitely was in the Oval Office, which is insane. But again, I'm wondering if that speaks to the ineptitude of the Trump administration, or is it purposeful? And that's the part that I'm really struggling with. Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second. There's something I want to do real quick. Chris underscore life 1990. Chris, I see you in the chat. I see that multiple people have told you that you can definitely request up. So yeah, there's that. But also, I see a claim that you made, right? You said you put in the chat, NASDAQ is higher today than any time during the Biden administration. Sure about that? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Let's go to the screen. Let's go to the screen. Let's actually take a look at the screen. Oh, hold on. Why it's not coming up? Let's see. Oh, don't embarrass me. Why is it doing that? And darn it. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. This just worked last night. I don't know what's happening. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. So the claim is that the NASDAQ is higher today than any point that it was under the Biden administration, which we all know that that actually is not true, right? Absolutely, absolutely not true. Why is it showing this way? There we go. There we go. All right. Perfect. Can you guys see this? Can everyone see that? Can everyone see that? Yeah. So this is where we are. This is today. This is today. All right. This is today. Well, this is where it's been. Of course, we've been falling off a cliff, right? Been falling off a cliff. But if you go back here, boop, January 17th. January 17th. That was the last day that it shows in for the market where the markets were open and Biden was president. As we can see, there have been multiple points that the NASDAQ was actually higher under the Biden administration than it is today under the Trump administration. And also it speaks to the fact of how Donald Trump inherited an actual booming stock market in multiple factors and in a short amount of time drove it off a cliff. So yeah, you're absolutely incorrect. But Chris, if you are interested in getting in the box and actually having a conversation, go ahead and request up. Go ahead and request up because again, we are looking for people that are actually interested in having a conversation. We are looking for people. If you are currently in the box, except Allie, you stay right here, Allie. I'm going to bring you in. If you are in the box and you are not someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading, meaning you are not someone that supports Donald Trump, please drop out. If you are not someone that's excited about Donald Trump and this Trump administration, please go ahead and drop. We are only looking for people that are at this moment that are excited about the possibility of what Donald Trump is actually doing for this country. So only request up if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration. All right. Chris, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? I've been up here a few times. That's why
I know.
I said okay. But yeah, I will stand. Hey, to your point, I blew it up. I stand corrected. I wasn't gonna run. There is momentary. There was a couple of days of the Biden administration where it's above today, not by much, but I will stand corrected. You are correct. I wasn't gonna run.
Yeah, no worries. Listen, I genuinely, I would love to know what you think though, seriously, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't understand what's happening. Like because and even there's economists saying that if if Biden just came out and said, I'm sorry, not if Biden came out, but if Trump came out and said, actually, I'm just going to back off the tariffs and I'm not going to do that, then the actual stock markets would like roar back and they would shoot back up and it would continue to grow. Like what? Help me understand what's happening.
I mean, how long? I mean, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. You're obviously very intelligent. The stock market has always gone on a upswing, downswing, up. It's a cycle.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and we've experienced over the last 15 years, we've experienced high, and now it's just going through a normal correction. That's all it is.
Yeah, and see, like I hear you, right? And if it was something that was natural, like I would say, okay, this is like yes, it's a natural cycle, right? Because we do understand like the stock market, it's volatile, but it also fluctuates often. I mean, we've been growing at a really rapid pace for a while, and it's something that, you know, it's not necessarily sustainable, but it almost seems like market manipulation. It seems like he's doing these things intentionally and it's confusing to me and I don't know, again, I'm not a
But if that
conspiracy theorist, but
if it was indeed market manipulation, and he's just then why is it the how why are the massive billionaires doing their sell-offs like they do to cause it to drop? So that's what doesn't make sense.
yeah.
I mean, basically, if it's market manipulation, he's got millions and millions of people joining him along in with making it be manipulative. Good.
Yeah, but like it's the issue comes in as far as like consumer spending and the fact that we were our GDP was set to actually expand, but now through everything that he's done with the like the mass layoffs and the actual issues with the market, like all of this has jumped to him actually. I mean, like we're now predicted to possibly have a recession, but we're also going to contract in the first quarter. So
But see,
like
that's the
I'm
thing.
confused.
But you can't. Yeah, the a recession is two consecutive quarters with negative GDP. We're
Yeah,
not even at the
exactly.
end of the first. We're not even in at the end of the first quarter yet.
Right, which speaks to the fact that like I mean, and again, so
Which only what
to be
a
fair,
month and a half of it is only a month and a half of it so, is roughly. I mean, the Trump administration.
yeah, and well, and to be fair, right, the economists actually predicted a recession under the Biden administration. They did everything they could to actually avoid that. But I think that the reason why they're willing to do more of that is because it's like I don't know if they just don't know what they're doing or it's intentional. Like it's got to be one of the two to me.
You're saying the economists or
No, the Trump administration, like either they're willingly trying to tank the like the markets, or they're just so inept. Like it doesn't make
or or
sense.
or there's a group of people that is manipulating it, trying to tank Trump's credibility. I mean,
But
it's kind
Trump
of
is what?
because
But Trump is the one that's like threatening the tariffs and then doing the mass layoffs and like cutting
but
like
that's the
passing another time. His administration is the one doing all of this.
doing some of that. Yes. Now let me ask you this: do you not think I've been involved in the federal? We've like I said, we've talked. I mean, I don't want to
Yeah, yeah.
rehash, but
And if you can hang out a little bit, I would love for you to actually talk to a couple of people on the panel,
yeah,
especially
for
Dan.
sure.
Dan's super smart. I would love for you to talk to him, and also Andrew
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
and
I'm just
H.
saying. I mean,
Ruckers.
the government is massively overbloated. I don't think anybody can deny that. So, I mean, if people might, I mean, it's like fixing your budget at home. Nobody wants to self-sacrifice the frills that they get. But at some point, somebody's got to be the bad guy and say, you know what, that shit's got to stop.
Yeah,
And
and I get that.
nobody's gonna like nobody's
I
gonna like that.
I get it. It's just so weird about how, well, I don't want to give too much of my thoughts. Let me read a couple of things off, and then I would love to actually pass it around the panel and allow you to have a conversation with a couple of different people on the panel because again, you and I have talked multiple times, but I don't want to, just hold the conversation
Yeah,
to
for
myself.
sure.
Guys, Debbie's in the chat for Jacob. Jacob sent another dollar donation. Jacob, I read what you said and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and request up. Go ahead and request up for sure. W's in the chat for Jacob, guys. That means we only have $243 left in our nightly donation goal. There's almost 400 of us hanging out on TikTok. If you would like to support live, if 243 people send $1, we can definitely close out our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And while I was running my mouth, guys, massive W's in the chat for Caleb. Caleb became a team member over on YouTube. Let's go, Caleb! Massive W's in the chat for Caleb over on YouTube. Caleb, make sure you get into the Discord. Make sure you absolutely get into the Discord. Also, massive W's to South Jersey Artistry, who sent a $15 donation through Super Chat over on YouTube, saying thanks for always, you and your panel, trying to show facts and get the record more straight. Hope to share insight sometime. Listen, if you ever want to, I gotta make sure that we're all good with the line. But if you see that number, there's a number on the screen where if you're watching from YouTube and Twitch and you actually want to join in on the conversation, you can actually call in and join the conversation while watching from YouTube and Twitch. So just because you're not on TikTok and you don't come up on the panel doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to actually join the conversation. So if you want to, you can definitely do so. Also, W's in the chat for Mirror for the subscription. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys are showing out tonight. This is good. All right. So let's do this. Andrew, you have not had an opportunity to speak. You heard the kind of back and forth with myself and Chris. I would love to give you the floor and, you actually be able to kick some things around with Chris as far as his position.
So I can't actually stick around too long. So
Okay.
I'll defer to somebody else, but I just wanted to shout out and say appreciate it. And I'll definitely be back up again, Santana. I appreciate you, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wish I would have known you had to go. I would have came to you first. I'm sorry. I've been
You're fine,
long
man.
winded.
No worries at all. For real. I love watching your stream and I'll definitely be back. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You as
Peace
well.
and love.
What up, Boone?
Peace.
Boone, what you got for us tonight?
Oh yeah, I heard y'all talking about the market. That's my thing. So
Boone, do
I
you
don't know if
think
you know
Trump
about
is intentionally trying to crash the markets?
nah, this happens about every 4 years when they change. It happened
But
about 4 years ago. Remember Ford was at it was about $4. I was telling I mentioned the stock market, so I know.
But not
But
like this though, right? Because and that's the thing that I was saying to Chris, and I'm really trying to understand because like if it was a natural thing happening, right? If it was just like within the flow of it's just starting to fall, like okay, but it really seems like he's intentionally doing this, and that's what I'm super confused about.
yeah, but it happened around 4 years around the same time. March, it's all the same time, 4 years ago.
I'm gonna have to go
Ford
back and
was
take
at
a look.
Ford was at $4. That's when Ford was at $4. I was telling everybody to buy it at that time.
Well,
But the whole
I'll say
market, the market was done.
the biggest problem 4 years ago was the coming back was the CV stuff. I mean, that's that's why so a lot of market manipulation. I ain't gonna say purposeful manipulation, but CV caused it to be manipulated artificially. So there was a big boom there after that. So
After it was a boom, but it was hit for a while. And it started picking up to like the summertime.
Okay. All right. 1 second. So H. Rutgers, you have your choice as far as who you want to talk to. You have two people that are excited about the direction the country's heading because they voted for Donald Trump. You have both Chris and also Bloomberg who are supporters of Donald Trump. I'm going to give you the floor, your call. What would you actually like to talk to them about?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out about the same thing that you are, which is whether the market decline is intentional, and if so, who benefits? Because I've heard two different theories if that were intentional. Again, still conspiracy theory until we have proof, but like if it were intentional, it could be more traditional in that like billionaires could buy up stocks that were cheaper and wait for them to rise. I've heard somebody say, I'm not sure that they really need that. And then, of course, I don't really understand the relationship between crypto and just the traditional market. So I wanted to see if the people who are in favor of Trump, how you feel about crypto and how optimistic you feel about it, especially with Trump putting an emphasis on it.
I'll be me. You said for me or Broom. Is
Yeah,
that what you were
yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Those of you
Okay.
who like
Let's
how
start
you
with you,
feel.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very optimistic about. I mean, I'm optimistic of crypto in general. I mean, of what we see today. I'm not real of what it looks like today. I mean, I don't. I'm not. I'm not too optimistic that what we see today is going to be the rising star. I mean, I'm sure one of these small ones will be the rising star, but I mean, I think we're talking 10 years down the road. I mean, I'm not. I'm still kind of skeptic about crypto just because it's still somewhat new and mythical, so to speak.
Well, what do you think about like I actually don't really understand fully the difference between that and Trump's meme coin thing, but what I've heard, at least about the meme coin thing, is that it's a way for people to funnel money to him without the same transparency as other um,
I, I'm not
currency.
sure about that. You, Santana, you sound like you were about to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I do think that that's a thing, right? I actually showed an article last night about how a I think is a uh, either Chinese or Japanese billionaire, one of the two, anyway, who was being investigated by one of our federal agencies, and he bought $30 million worth of Trump's meme coins, and then about just shortly after he made the purchase, the investigation magically went away, right? So there's a lot to it.
And I don't really know if, like, mentally we should be relating that concern to the concern about the markets or not, because I'm just not an economist and I don't really know. But I have to agree with the at least the gut feeling or the informed gut feeling that Santana expressed that it can't be just pure incompetence. He's surrounded by too many people for his own personal incompetence to do something this massive. And like, so people, there has to be some amount of complicity at some level below Trump for all of this mayhem with tariffs and stuff to go through.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I would say, I mean, obviously, if we could foretell the future, we would know. But I think I think one of two statements is true. He's smarter than we all think, or he's just real, or either he's smarter than we all think, and he's doing what's going to happen will help, or he's smarter than we all think, and he's only helping himself and the top. I mean, it's one of the two. I don't think he's dumb by any means.
And based
I
on
mean,
the other things she said, as far as the stock going down, not just the billionaires get to buy it low. All investors like me, we get to buy solidified
that
stocks for cheaper, and when they rise, we get the profit of it. Everybody,
Well,
all investors.
and yeah, you're right about that, Boom. And but it just ends up being that the billionaires can swoop in and they just make money hand over fist because they can either afford to take a loss or afford to sit on a stock that has potential but it isn't actually moving. But boom, are you into crypto?
A little bit, but I'm not too fond of it. It's like that's like a I look at that like kind of like gambling. I'm more into the solidified stocks. Why it's more tangible, where I can understand, I can read about it. That's kind of like new to me, so I'm kind of looking into it. So that's like
Okay.
kind of a gamble. But I do make light
but
investments and stuff like that.
San- Santana, I was going to say one thing too. The concern that he's the maniac is people's like, well, the average people like us can make money on the upswing. However, if he's obviously on the negative side, if he's doing it to tank us all and only help himself, what people have to realize is those millionaires, they make money on the downswing too, because they know they make money on selling shorts.
Yeah.
So it's not so so yeah, billionaires may lose. Some billionaires may lose on the down, but majority of them's in the know, and they have insider information where they're gonna actually gain money when it drops. So there's that
Yeah.
negative aspect
Yeah.
as well.
Like I was just, this is kind of dumb, but I was using like just the typical AI search, being like, who benefits from a volatile market? And it's like, okay, risk tolerant investors, just like
Mm-hmm.
people who have the reserves to survive the difficult
Yep.
period.
Yeah, you can weather the storm.
And they also said, like, resilient businesses. And I think about like some of these tech companies are so big that any move they make affects the market disproportionately. And I wonder if they're also more risk or more resilient to changes in the market. And that's a question I don't really know the answer to. But if they are, then a lot of tech guys are Trump's friends. So that's an angle I think about.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's do this real quick because we have new people on the panel. Let's come around the panel and get a quick temperature check. TJ, what up, TJ?
How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Well, as good as I can be. As good as they allow. TJ, the question that I'm asking everybody on the panel, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading under this Trump administration?
Man, I am so excited. You know why? Because the people who vote for this cretin, who are sitting around here praising this man for doing all these wonderful things, and hopefully they're gonna get some kind of residual, Cheeto dust on them, and they can turn magical and fly off. I want when they hit reality and if the food's too high for them to afford, or when their mothers and fathers can't afford, have to go out here and figure out how they're gonna pay their rent and get their medication and eat at the same time. When there's people, whether the poor people become poor or when people start losing their houses, everybody's going to figure out, maybe we should have listened to people who are trying to tell you that this man wasn't shit. But let's talk more about how much money we're going to make on the stock market.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm gonna come back to you, TJ, because TJ, have you met Boone?
Santana, I have a lot of aggression to get out tonight, so I haven't met anybody.
Okay, well, we can't do the aggression. We gotta.
I'll use some passive aggression.
Okay, we can do that, but I want you to talk to Boom. But give me a second. Okay. I'm gonna put you and Boom on mute. Randall, how are you? Randall, I'm gonna send you an option to unmute.
You mean Ronald or?
I'm sorry, I was reading.
I
didn't mess this one up. This wasn't me. Yes, no. So I was actually looking at Randall over on YouTube. Yeah, see, I didn't mess up this time. I read Randall. I was thinking Ronald. Whatever, chat. I did not mess this one up. Randall over on YouTube, I need to get with you. Anyway, Ronald, now Ronald's gone. I must insult him.
You offended him now.
Whatever. Don't put no L's in the chat for me. Like literally, because Randall is watching over on YouTube, and I was looking at Randall, and I need you to get in touch with me. That's what I was. Now, boom. Anyway, jeez Louise. JPE, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
If y'all don't stop putting L's in, I'll turn the whole chat off. Keep playing. Watch me turn the chat off. You know how petty I am. JPE, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration?
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you look at the cycle, the last out of the last 12 recessions, it's been 11 Republican presidents. It's just a cycle that keeps happening. So yeah, of course. This usually means it's going to be another Democrat that has to come and fix up this mess, and then Republicans get put back in office. Another recession is going to happen. It's a cycle that keeps giving. So, of course, to answer your question.
Wait, so you said you are excited?
Not actually. Like I'm.
Okay.
I'm being
okay, I couldn't you said yes, but then the words that you said afterwards didn't really add up. So you threw me off. That was a good one. Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second here. Lady H, how are you? Oh, Lady H, I'm gonna send you an option to unmute.
Gonna be like Randall and Lee's.
There we go. Lady H, how are you?
I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Lady H, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration? Lady H, you're unmuted. You can speak. You don't have to put it in the chat.
Oh, I don't.
No, you're on the panel. You're up on the panel.
Oh, I didn't know I was on the panel.
Did you want to hang out or did you want to go back to the chat?
No, I didn't know. Wait a minute.
You and I are talking directly right now, Lady H.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not happy about what's going on because it's gonna affect me, pretty hard. If
Yeah,
he
do you want to
starts thinking
share your
around
thoughts?
the Medicare and all of that.
Yeah,
No, I
absolutely.
mean, I have to. That means I'm gonna have to keep working. At 70 years old, I'm still working,
Oh no.
and I won't get a chance to enjoy any of the benefits that I get.
And something that I heard that was interesting, something that was in Project 2025, and I know we talked a lot about Project 2025, and people was like, "Oh, that's not Trump." Well, obviously we know,
It is.
the Trump administration, absolutely. But something that they talked about in Project 2025 was not only pushing back the retirement age, but looking to actually lower the age as far as getting people into the workforce, while at the same time depressing the middle class to a lower class, so you can create more of a workforce while increasing the wealth on the upper class.
Wow.
Like this has all been rolled out, and so like again, this is something that makes me think like all of this is super intentional when you talk about the fact that they are looking at cutting Medicaid and they're looking at cutting SNAP benefit, all those social safety nets. Like I understand people who have the whole conversation about, oh, the debt ceiling and da da da. Like I get it, but it seems like they are purposely trying to do things to create more workers to fill those jobs that a lot of people don't want to fill.
They are, and I've been working since I was 14, and I'll be 70 years old this year.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, listen.
My husband just retired, and I'm trying not to, retire. I'm trying to retire, and can't do it if he keeps throwing out stuff that he's gonna be cutting.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Lady H, you want to add anything else before we drop you down, my friend?
Just keep your platform strong because we really need help. And
Absolutely.
it could hurt my family. My
Yeah.
husband and I both. It could hurt us both. He just retired in November. And the thing is that I'm still working, and the hourly wage that I got isn't half bad, but it's not great either.
Yeah.
And so which means that every dime that I spend on bills, when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, no, listen, I understand that, and even more so, like I said multiple times, like I think community is going to be so important over these next 4 years. And Lady H, you stay locked in with us, and you have a family here with the late night crew, and if there's ever a time where you need us, and we'll be there for you, we'll have your back. But we have to stick together because things are going to be tough. So
yeah, I can
anyway,
appreciate that. I really like groups like this because you're very supportive of the people, the lower class levels that I've been working for forever in my life, and my grandmother taught great work ethics. You don't just throw in the towel or whatever, but I'm just tired now,
absolutely.
and tired of working just basically because of the fact that it shouldn't even be this way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, Lady H, I'm going to drop you down. Thank you for coming up, but you're absolutely right. And like I said, you're part of our community, part of our family, and we're going to be all right. We're going to stick together for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Guys, W's in the chat for Lady H. Welcome in to the people that just came over from watching Jaden. Welcome in, guys. This is Late Nights with Santana. We have 2 panel spots open. I'm willing to take, if there's one person that's excited about the country, the direction that the country is heading, go ahead and request up. If there's one person that's not excited about the direction that the country is heading, go ahead and request up. We have a pretty decent balance. I would love to get 1 and 1. So if you are interested in joining the panel, please go ahead and request up. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 200 shares. Also, guys, remember, we still have $243 left in our nightly donation goal. There's like 535 of us hanging out over on TikTok. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoyed the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. We're gonna kick it around the panel here. So this is what I want to do, Dan. We're about to play like the dating game. Not really, but I'm so interested in certain conversations. So I want
Hell
TJ
yeah.
to talk to Boom, but I also want Chris to talk to Dan. So we're gonna get into it in just a second. Evan, are you someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading?
Not at all.
Okay, perfect. Hold tight for me just a moment here. All right, we're gonna start off with TJ and Boom. Boom, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, TJ, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, so TJ, I know you might not have actually come across Boom much, but Boom is someone who is a specialist in his community, someone who voted for Donald Trump. He invests in himself and his community. He's, I think, is a part of the what is it, Boom? The Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
Boom, so Boom is he moves in that direction. He knows a lot about trees and sea moss and all this other stuff. But he voted for Trump, and he is excited about the direction that the country is heading. So TJ, I will give you the floor to have that conversation with Boom.
That's an interesting process to go through.
And also, Boom is in New York, right, Boom?
Yeah, I'm in New York, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, son. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why would he vote? Why would he vote for Trump? I just wondering. Why would a black man from Brooklyn who lives in New York, who's seen what he did to 5 black teenagers in New York, why would he vote for Donald Trump now? I just find that very interesting.
You said the 5 black teenagers in New York. Who you talking about? That Central Park?
Yes, the Central Park 5. Those teenagers.
How old
You're
are
in New
you?
York, right? Yeah,
Yeah, but
you're
how
in New
old are
York,
you?
right? Yeah. You know them.
Yeah, but I know, but how old are you before? Cause you saying that you're not aware about that?
I think both of you might be, Boom, you might be a little bit older than TJ. I think you guys are not too far off from each other, though.
Yeah, because if you know about the Central, I was around for the Central Park 5, and I did
That's-
time, and I was around them in prison.
I'm glad you're around, but as a black man who saw what he did to those.
Yeah,
5
hold
black
on. You
men.
said that already.
No. I'm asking you a question.
And yeah, but you just said
Please,
that. I'm answering that.
and please answer. Well, don't
Yeah,
answer
but
me
you
with the
keep talking with me.
question.
You can't.
Hold on, Boom. Hold on. Let TJ get his point out, and then let him. TJ, ask your question succinctly, and then let Boom answer.
How can a black man from New York support a white man who asked for the unalivement of 5 black teenagers? How can he support him?
Now back to I'm answering that. Now you said Central Park 5. I don't know your age. I'm 48, and I was around when that happened. When everybody believed that they did that. When all the men, the real men, was not just Trump, the black men was up. Whatever BLK men was upset about that, and even in prison, BLK men was getting at them dudes trying to hurt them because they believed they did that all that time. They ain't have no good time in there. I was in there. So with somebody believing that, if you know about them times, all men didn't like no rapists. So they felt that way about it. People expressed their feelings about it, and some dudes actually did something about it. So I don't care about what he said about during that time, because I saw my own kind say stuff about them dudes and want to do something to them dudes. And dudes actually did something to them in prison when I got behind the wall. So what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about with that kind of stuff? You talking about it don't make no sense to me, bro.
That was the most ignorant response I've heard in my life.
Oh, let's keep it friendly. Let's keep it friendly. Also, boom, 48. Yeah, I could have. Boom, you're only 48.
Come on, man.
Santana, when a black man will sit up here and say, "Oh, say all the things he just said," and after they were exonerated, after the fact that all this time has gone past, they've been exonerated. I still heard no apologies and no apologies for coming from anybody, especially from Donald Trump. As a matter of fact,
the apologies, the apologies.
Did I interrupt anybody while they were talking?
That is true. Hold on for a second, boom.
What was did I hear any apologies coming from the white man who took out the billboard to try to unalive these 5 young men? Where's the apology? Is any of that coming through? Especially after they're exonerated. Where's the apology?
Yeah, be waiting for the apology too from the Democrats. They got the whole thing right now posted. The people that put them away.
Hold on, TJ. Let Boom finish.
They waiting for apology. That was the press about Joe Biden. Where's the apology from the Democrats after they found out they got exonerated? It was no apology from the people that put them away for that.
Wait, hold on. I'm so confused with what you're saying, Boom. Boom, I'm confused what you're saying. You said, where is the apology from the Democrats for Joe Biden?
We waiting for that too. We were talking about that. Where's the apology? Before you even said that, we asking about where's the apology from the Democrats that put them dudes away. And after they was
hey, boom. Hey, remember what I told you about like pulling back a little bit from your mic? You all here. Just pull back just a little bit. Wait, but why Joe Biden specifically? I'm confused.
Because
it ain't Joe Biden. It's about the Democrats. Period. Because they were saying Trump, so they were saying it should be an apology from Joe Biden as a Democrat for they're the one that put them dudes away. Trump didn't put them dudes away back then. He just made it stupid like the other BLK men made statements about doing something to them dudes. Like the rest of the men made about doing something to them dudes, and they did something to them in prison.
The buffoonery has got to end.
So you're not making no sense, man.
No, you're not making.
Okay.
Because BLK men did something to him in prison, not Trump.
Okay. Hold on. Remember, guys, one at a time. I would love to move this forward a little bit. Because I do want to go here. I'm gonna go one place. Real quick, guys. Debbie's in the chat for Terry. Terry sent a $15 donation. For goods. Thank you so much for that $15 donation, Terry. Debbie's in the chat for Alex, who sent a $1 donation saying, Boom needs to calm down. 48 is a stretch. LOL, more like 48 without his. Stop it. Don't do that. Yeah. Boom. That shocked me as well. Boom. I thought you were older, but guys, Debbie's in the chat for both of the people who donated. Guys, that means we're only $227 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. If 227 people send just $1, we can close out our goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. And you can always send a donation over on YouTube with Super Chat, and I will read that out. Boom. I want to come to you, and I would love for you to more so dig into what you think, your reasoning behind why you think that Trump would be beneficial for you and your community, and actually kind of get the message across to TJ as far as like what good you think that this Trump administration is actually going to do.
Oh, this should be good.
It's not about being beneficial for me. It's about satisfying going against the government and based on things that I did research on. And as far as I'm concerned, it don't matter who you vote for. You're voting for an obstacle. It's not going to be no perfect situation with either one. So I wouldn't have nobody thinking if you would have voted this person and it went. It's a system, man. It's going to go either way. So that's like when you voting for me, it's like who I want to go against. I don't want to go against Kamala because I'm going against
Kamala, boom.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, whatever. I want to go against this guy because I'm going against the government anyway. So I'm gonna go against Let them get in there and go and get them. I don't want to be going bickering about with no women. I'm against the
Yeah.
government, period, bro. And it don't matter. It's a system. It's set
Yeah.
to go a certain way. It don't matter
Yeah.
who's in there. They're gonna
Yeah.
put whoever's in there for to go the way
Oh,
it's gonna go.
okay.
It don't got nothing to do with your pick, man. You don't understand that?
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Hey, chat. I was just told you guys got 7 minutes. 7 minutes to get to 100,000 likes. I put a timer on the screen. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 100,000 likes within the next 7 minutes, or we're going to sub only. So you can grab a subscription here over on YouTube, and you can continue to chat and join the Discord. All the amazing things. I'm sorry. Go ahead, TJ.
You know what? This is a clear case of classic tap dancing. You know, they tap dance to the left, tap dance to the right, they do a little spin, do a little jig. Here's the thing. I love how people always say it's just a system, but this man has helped elect a man who, on his first day of office, said, "You know what I need to do? I need to dismantle the Civil Rights Act." He sat down with one stroke of the pen, weakened the Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act that so many people fought and were unalive for. There's people lying in the graves right now because they were brave enough to march, to protest, to fight, to sign up. Fannie Lou Hamers, Martin Luther Kings, people who fought after that, the Angela Davises, Medgar Evers, who was unalived just for trying to have the right to vote. All these people who have sacrificed themselves. This man, with one stroke of the pen, weakened their efforts. The thing they put their lives on the line for. And for a black man to come up here and shuck and jive and tap dance and say all these things just to be liked and petted by the oppressor makes me sick.
Okay. TJ, go on mute for me for a second. Boom, would you like to respond?
Number one, you keep saying shucking and driving, whatever you're saying, shucking and driving, tap dancing. Where's that coming from, man? Could I voted for Trump? What that guy do? I just told you, it don't matter who you pick. It don't matter what you say about the system, your own terminology about it. You say people say the system, that don't mean nothing. The system is set to go a certain way. It's a system, and it's going the way it's gonna go. That's why you got the electoral vote. It don't matter what you pick, man. It's good if they want the world to go this way and they want the civil rights to be out of there and all that. It don't matter if Trump went there or not. That's how they got it set. They're gonna put the person in place that's gonna make that happen. It don't matter who we pick. That's what you don't understand, bro. It's the government. You don't listen to Malcolm X? It don't matter who you pick, man. You don't get it? Kamala worked for the government. Who Kamala lay with? Kamala's with
Kamala, boom.
Well, Kamala is with Trump's brother, another white dude. She going whatever she makes, that goes to her family with that white dude she with. You think I care about that?
You mean her husband, Doug Emhoff?
That's Trump. That could be Trump brother. They're brothers. That's Trump brother, man.
Voted for him too.
She's with Trump brother. Now she's that age.
That's not his brother. What are you talking about, boom?
Yeah, she's that age, and she's with that. Look what she's with. Why she not with you? She's not with nobody from my culture.
Oh, wait, so you're trying to down her because she's not with the black? Come on, boom.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're going to be saying that, you should be looking at the whole spectrum. It's going to them, man. It's going to them if you're looking at it. That's why I don't care about all that kind of stuff. I'm looking at the same two intellectuals.
Okay, all right, boom. Go on mute for me for a second, TJ. Just real quick, your thoughts, and then I want to move over for a second. So, well, I want to introduce new people on the panel, and then I want to move over to Dan and Chris.
The coonery. Knowledge he's running from knowledge and hiding. Knowledge is seeking him, and he's doing a good job hiding from it. This man has said nothing of consequence, but a bunch of jibber jabber and teaching people how to tap dance and be a buffoon. I can't stand this kind of stuff, especially when brothers out here, such as myself, are trying to uplift our community, trying to teach our people, our children, everybody else. Hey, this is not. We have to be more civil-minded. We have to be more about us. We have to be more about understanding our community and what's going on in the world. This man is tap dancing, doing the jigaboo and everything else for a white tea man that ordered 5 young black men to be unalived. And we're not even going to talk about his all the people he screwed in Vegas. I mean, sorry, not Vegas,
in New
Atlantic
York.
City.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
New
Atlantic
York.
City too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay,
I
TJ,
gotta
give me
get.
a second. Give me a second. Boom. Also, give me a second. We got to put this conversation on ice just for a moment. I promise you, we'll revisit. Listen, listen. I knew what I was doing when I said I wanted TJ. Y'all thought I didn't know what I was doing when I said I wanted TJ to talk to Boom. Y'all must not know. This is Late Nights with Santana. This is what I do. Anywho, Randall over on YouTube. No, Boom has not been drinking. That's just Boom. You don't know Boom. No, Boom has not been drinking. That's just Boom. Uh, let me read these all, guys. W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent a $5 donation to the Nightly Gold saying he would have been 13 when the Central Park 5 was in jail. Again, I could have sworn Boom was like older than that. W's in the chat for Nala, who sent a $4 donation saying thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much for that donation. W's in the chat for Destiny, who sent a $1 donation. Destiny, you are freaking too kind. You were one of the people that sent one of the dollars when I said that. You are awesome. W's in the chat for Wallace, who sent a $5 donation saying Trump and father refused to rent to black people. Jim Crow too. Yeah, he absolutely did. We know for a fact that that happened, and Donald Trump has a vast history of racism. W's in the chat for Haley, who sent a $1 donation saying, "Boom somehow makes my head hurt every time. Is he unaware of Trump's Muslim ban? I'm pretty sure he knows that." Whew. W's in the chat for Terry, who sent a $17 donation saying, because I love the way you school these MAGAs. Listen, I'm not even schooling right now. We just doing it. But thank you for that $17 donation. W's in the chat for Jen, who sent a $10 donation saying, Boom is literal. Boom is a literal IQ representation of Trump voters. Listen, I'm telling you, Boom is multifaceted. You guys just don't know Boom. Boom knows trees. Boom knows trees. So there's that. But guys, yes, now thank you to everyone for that donation. Guys, that means we are now only $184 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated, and you can also send super chats over on YouTube, and I will actually read the message out. And over on Twitch, if you send bits, I will read your message off as well. Chat, you guys did a great job getting up to 100,000 likes. I want to introduce the new people on the panel real quick, and then we're going to move over to Chris and Dan because there's a lot of meat on that bone as well. No Diddy. Papa Smurf, how are you this evening? Papa Smurf, I'm going to send you a request to come off mute. Papa Smurf, are you there? Papa Smurf going once. Papa Smurf going twice. All right, I'm going to drop you down. Is your name pronounced Juanita? How do I say your username, friend?
It's Junie.
Junie. I'm just way off. I'm sorry. Junie.
Fine.
Oh, yeah. Junie. Are you excited about the direction that the country's heading under this Trump administration?
No.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 sec. I know it was Junie. Y'all stop it. Give me 1 second, Junie. Dan, Chris.
Yes, sir. You just didn't want to say. You just didn't want to say Junior. You were afraid you'd mispronounce it again.
I know. Yeah. Listen. Also, just for YouTube is delayed. Like there's a little bit of a delay on YouTube versus like Twitch and TikTok, and so I'm watching them experience Boom in real time over on YouTube. It's quite interesting.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Dan. So Dan, Chris, I've had both of these conversations before. Chris is someone who voted for Donald Trump. He's a really intelligent guy. For the most part, he is very genuine. And he has a really vast knowledge of multiple things. Dan is someone who is Dan, do you do your own lives as well? Dan? Dan, you're unmuted. Dan? Okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming that he was having, oh, he said 1 second. 1 second. Okay, there he is. Let's get him back. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the shares up as well. Also, can we knock out this daily gift goal? This is Little Dolphins. It'll help push us out to the FYP. Dan, are you there now?
Yes.
All right.
Apologies, technical difficulties.
All right, perfect. So Dan, I want you to have a conversation with Chris. Chris, I would love to hear you explain to Dan the justification behind why slashing so many government jobs is going to be beneficial, because I mean the pace that the Trump administration has been on with cutting people, and also, hey, thank you for the ribbons, cutting people jobs. I mean, it's putting the country in danger. But can you share your thoughts with Dan behind that?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can live up to your intro of how that I'm somewhat intelligent or some.
A little bit. I mean, listen, I've talked to a lot of Trump supporters, so
well, yeah, I can see that. I have all my teeth, and I'm from Alabama too, so I guess that puts me above average. So, um, but to answer your question, so my thoughts on. So I understand that he pretty much all probationary employee, anybody that was on in their first year probation got cut immediately. Um, Anybody that was hired that had not started yet. I mean, because I work with the federal government, so I saw a lot of this. I was just barely over a year mark, so I mean, I was almost, and I'm still affected in some ways. Um, I mean, there's a hiring freeze. I can't hire people for my department, which I'm very much in needing of people. So there's a lot of things that's going to affect it. I think that because the federal government as a whole is overbloated, and there's just massive fraud, waste, and abuse, and I've seen it over the course of, and most of all of I've seen is in the DoD. I'm so I don't know that there's a good way to trim the fat. I don't think there's a good way to do it quickly and to do it effectively. I think it's like kind of like you can either have it quick, fast, and effective, or quick, fast, and ineffective, or I don't think there's a good way to do it quickly and effective, if that makes sense. So while I think
good, fast, cheap, pick two, like that thing you'll see.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that in the service industry for sure. So that's my thoughts on that. I think cuts are needed across the federal government. I don't think there's really a good way. It's kind of like dieting. I mean, there's really no good way to cut out sugar. You just have to do it, and it sucks. While you're wanting more, but I mean that kind of thing.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah, I would say it seems that there's kind of this thought that's out there of the government should be run like a business, and the government fundamentally is not a business. There's really, really critical programs out there that need to work every time. So you build in something called redundancy. So, like, say, if you're going to slash USAID funding, you're going to have people in Africa who are needing like critical HIV antiviral meds, and if they don't get those because of, say, a supply chain issue or an oversight because you're slashing jobs and funding, they unalive. These are the type of things that need to work all the time, every time. And if that's the case, why would we want to have the most lean, call it minimally efficient government out there when it's a really complex, large machine that does important stuff? Like, this ends up just when there's failures, it's catastrophic.
Well, to say minimally efficient, I don't think you have to be. I mean, minimally efficient is obvious, in my opinion, is a bad thing. But I think being lean, sometimes you're more efficient because you can do more with less. And
I meant the minimum number of people required in the pursuit of efficiency. That's my bad.
No, that's good. Well, and somebody said fraud, jobs are not fraud or waste, and it's the only time I'll even mention the comments because it's somewhat relative to what you're saying. There is a thing
Hold
when
on.
I'm
Hey,
saying
Chris, is that your TV in the background?
no, sir.
Dan, is that your TV?
Nope.
Okay, then that has to be TJ.
Hold on, I'll
I'll
mute
mute you,
first.
TJ. No, that was TJ. That was TJ. We're good. We're good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to mute so you could single it out if you didn't.
No. It was TJ. But go ahead.
But so I think there is times, and I've seen times when, I mean, 2 or 3 jobs could be turned into one, and where it really maximizes impact of where I've seen people work. I mean, and I know it's an anecdotal, but I've seen it on a large scale where people literally work 2 or 3 hours out of a day and then brag about all their time, then brag about their time off. And this was overseas from independent government contractors. So they
I
would
would ask,
literally,
how do you see anecdotally large scale stuff?
well, I mean, I've seen a lot of it, so I guess a lot of anecdotals. Then, I've seen a lot of it, but I mean, I'm just trying to be.
It's kind of like the whole idea of like, I guess maybe not the most tasteful reference, but when Republicans were saying, "Hey, Kamala basically slept with the voters to be able to get her election win in California." Well,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't do
kinda
that with 5
crazy.
million people. How are you going to get your personal experience anecdotally and then say this is evidence of widespread waste, fraud, and abuse? Like,
Right. No,
like something bigger than that.
I guess I guess it's a bad way to say large scale. I've seen a lot of it, and I say anecdotally because it's only what I mean. I can only speak to what I've seen, so that's somewhat of an anecdote. Even though I may have I've seen a good bit, but I don't know what that was. But
That was my studio. Yeah, actually, Junie, I was just about to come to you. Can you guys hold for just a second?
Of
Because
course.
Junie, I saw what Junie put in the chat. Junie, you were someone that was actually affected by these cuts, right?
Yeah, I lost my job, unfortunately.
Junie, I'm really sorry to hear that, but did you want to speak to that, add to this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can really tell you firsthand, and it goes beyond me. I don't know that many people are talking about it right now. A lot of this news is just breaking with everything going on, but USDA has been taking massive hits. And unfortunately, my job was cut as a result of that, but it totally transcends me. What I did was I worked with farmers to buy their product to feed people, like at a food bank and in schools. And the last week or more, I've been making calls to families who are literally in tears, terrified because their farms are going to go under. You know, they've spent thousands of dollars to sell us crops and things, and to just have the rug pulled out from under you. We're talking in my state alone at $3.6 million. And if you know anything about agriculture, that's something that is not done in a day, you know, and um, it's just hard. Like, what do you tell these people? And he's so right. People do want to live over these kinds of things. You know, it's hard. Not just for myself, but for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I'll say this, it's super interesting that you even took it there because I had this article up ready to share. So I'm gonna put this on the screen. Um, there's an article that was run about how there was $1 billion frozen as far as food aid to help lower income families. And so this is an article that was ran by the Independent, and it talks about how the Department of Agriculture slashed over $1 billion in funding to help schools and food banks purchase from local farmers and nonprofits. Right? I mean, like literally, what I was getting ready to show is exactly what you're actually speaking to. And because I wanted to, I was gonna come back over to Chris and just kind of propose the question is like, where's the waste, fraud, and abuse or whatever when it comes to cutting certain things that people need, like kids need food, and it's one amazing that I was getting ready to share this and you shared the story before I could even put it on the screen, but like it's heartbreaking not only for the people like yourself who's being affected with losing their jobs, but like the people that really need this help. And that's the part that I struggle with as far as like there's so many other things that you can say, yes, the government is wasteful, and yes, you can cut out waste and excess spending, but tell me where the excess spending is with feeding hungry kids. I don't get that.
No, I totally agree. I mean, of course, like I have my own political beliefs, but at the end of the day, feeding people should never be political. We all deserve to eat, and it's just so hard to see firsthand the way that this has crippled people in a matter of hours. And I've been doing this work for nearly 3 years, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't deeply concerned. And it's hard because now I'm not even there anymore. I have no connect with these people, and I've cried and hurt so much for so many. And I live
Yeah.
in a state that's, we're like 48th in education, 48th in economy. Um, we have over 70,000 children that, face hunger daily, and the only meal they get is school lunch.
Yeah.
It's just hard, yeah.
Chris, I would love to hear your response to that because again, like the whole point that was made is yes, like there is a need to eliminate certain waste within the federal government, but when you talk about like taking food out of kids, not even people jobs, right? I mean, like we feel for people in the way that they like live. I know I'm someone who's lost a job at a certain point as well, but man, when I think about I like it, you don't mess with the babies. You don't mess with the babies, and like that's just my whole perspective. Like, what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely. I mean, obviously, my heart goes out to. I mean, I'm the same. I have the same heart. You don't mess with you don't mess with children. I'd have to. I mean, I don't know much about that. I mean, I can't. It's hard for me to speak to that. I mean, as far as the USDA, I mean, I don't know much about it. I mean, I'm steadily looking at it on another device. So I'm trying to just get anything if I could see anything. But I mean, my heart would go out. My heart goes out to them. But at the same time, I don't. I can't speak. I could. I'll be honest. I'm not going to sit here and make up some bullshit because it would serve my
Language,
purpose.
friend.
My bad. Like I said, I don't have anything substantive to add to that. To be honest.
Santana, can I say something real quick though, if I
Yeah.
could?
Yeah.
Here's my thing. We under this delusion as if like how can I put this nicely? I'm gonna put it as nice as possible. That
TJ.
No. It's gonna be very nice and demure, very classy.
Okay.
Probably not classy, but typically Republicans really don't care about their children. You really think about it. That's all. Think about it. When they leave them we're leaving them more in debt than any other generations before us. We leave them with an environment which is with this going down here with poison our waters, our planting grounds and everything else, and then ask them, but when they grow up to clean up our mess. And on top of that, we already know what happens every time there's an active pew pewer in our schools. You know what happens? When after it's over and we count the bodies, they say, you know what, thoughts and prayers, and hold on to that weaponry even tighter. They offer no solutions for them at all, period. They offer no solutions for our children, period. But make them lose food in our schools. They love that because you know what that means. They'll just have to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and just work a little harder while they're in school. They don't
Yeah.
care. And let's not even talk about the fact that every time there's a budget crisis, who's the first ones to get cut? The children. The children's lunches, children's education. I grew up in this education system when and it seems like to me every year there was cutting something from it, and our books got as our society got progressively better, our books got progressively older and out of date. But nobody cared about that. You know why? Because they can hold on to their pewers. So that's just
Yeah.
great. That's society. They don't care
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a lie.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's something to say to that for sure. And I always think about multiple instances, like you said, where legislation should be passed and could be passed and all of this other stuff and the obstacles that were put in the way. And even when you talk about like this last Republican House and how so little was actually passed through and it boils down to like, what are we doing, right? What are we doing to actually make anything happen for the people that really need it? So, okay, TJ, Chris, both of you guys, give me 1 second here. I want to read this off. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a $1 donation saying, I'm absolutely sick and effing tired of these dum dums talking about trimming the fat without mentioning what the government gives Elon. You're absolutely right. I mean, again, there's a whole understanding as far as like where that money's going, what money they're not touching. Like we know, like we understand. I've said this a million times. If they really wanted to quote unquote trim the fat, like they could look at the DoD, right? But W's in the chat for Gene for that $1 donation, guys. Also, W's in the chat for Dante, who sent a $1 donation over on YouTube as a super chat. But yeah, guys, that means that we are now only $183 from closing out our nightly donation goal. There's almost 700 people hanging out here. So if 183 people send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And you can also send super chats over on YouTube. Guys, I was just informed that you now have 11 minutes 11 minutes to get up to 200,000 or likes, or we have to go to sub only. So tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 200,000 likes. We got the timer on the screen. I want to introduce the new people real quick, and I want to see what they have to add. Or the new person. Team Bronco, how are you? Team Bronco, how are you? Okay, Team Bronco, I'm going to drop you down. You can request back up. Evan, what would you like to add to the conversation?
I'd love to add something. So you hear lots about trimming fat from people on the right. They talk about balancing the budget, cutting spending. I just want to say, historically, when we compare Republican presidents and Democratic presidents in like the past 30 years, Reagan, he contributed $2 trillion to the debt, right? Bush Jr., he contributed like 10 trillion to the debt. Trump contributed like 8 trillion to the debt. When you compare that to Democratic presidents, it's not as much. It's significantly less. The real way to balance the budget, the way that Clinton balanced the budget, is to cut some unnecessary programs and also to raise taxes on the rich. Republicans will never raise taxes on the rich, and that'll always contribute to the deficit significantly. Just like the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, that contributed significantly to the deficit. So did Bush's tax cuts when he first came into office. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Guys, W's in chat for Haley. Haley sent a $1 donation saying, how many people have to lose their job and risk unhouselessness before MAGA realizes what they did to this country? They want to speak on fraud when their president was just holding an ad for Tesla in front of the White House. That is absolutely true. It was super interesting to see the whole deal with the Teslas in front of the White House. I mean, encouraging people to go out and buy Teslas because, Elon is being targeted was wild business. W's in the chat for Wallace, who sent a $5 donation saying, if Kamala had won, today would simply be a Tuesday. Listen, I've been saying that forever. I've been saying that forever. It would just be another normal. I'll say this. That was the one thing that I enjoyed the most about the Biden administration. I remember the first Trump administration, and every single day it was like, what's happening today? Like every single day. And then for 4 years, we got to literally just wake up and just wake up, right? Like we didn't have to, it was like, yes, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't every single morning. You look right now, every single morning when I wake up, I look at my phone and it always says breaking news. That's the first thing I see on my phone every morning how are we breaking news every single day? Why are we breaking news every single day?
Because the media wants something for you to look at.
I do agree to that. But like, tell me I'm wrong too, though. Like, I mean, it's a little unhinged.
But Santana, no offense, but this is what America wanted in the first place. We all know this. They voted for this. I want you to think about this. These same people probably in the chat right now, whining and complaining. Some of them didn't vote. Some of them voted third party.
Yeah.
Some of them sat there and said, you know what, my vote doesn't count. Some sat at home. I'm gonna eat bonbons and pizza and shit.
But language, TJ. My mom watches this.
I'm sorry, Mama Santana. And stuff.
Hey, if your mom watches this, she passed her bedtime. Let's just be real.
Wait a minute, my mom is grown. You don't tell her what time she go to bed. Wait a minute. They mess around and make me give my mom mod powers, and you watch what happens.
I know, right?
No, but yeah, they voted for this because when they sat at home and they pretend that voting third party is a protest vote. Oh, this is a protest vote. Guess what? Your protest vote went to nothing. You know why? Because now this man's about to do a lot of things to foreign powers. He's about to do a lot of things domestically that's going to hurt all of us. But you want to sit and have a protest vote because a black woman was running for presidency.
Yeah,
I wonder what happened.
absolutely.
What would happen to people's moral courage and stuff while beforehand? All of a sudden, Kamala Harris became the linchpin for we need to have a protest vote. We all know why.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me finish these off real quick. W's in the chat for Mark, who sent a $1 donation saying good job. Thank you so much for that $1 donation, Mark. And W's in the chat for Haley, who sent a $2 donation saying, I have to go. I just want to say I found a recent report from Brookings that suggests Trump's tariffs are designed to protect the interests of large U.S.-based tech companies from the costs imposed by other companies. I find this explanation plausible. You don't have to read this, but a little bit. Yeah, W's in the chat for Haley. Like, listen, Haley, I will say this for sure. Like, it's a little bit. It's confusing. I think that's the best way that I can put it. It's absolutely confusing, and I'm still trying to completely flesh it out myself. W's in the chat for Arian, who sent a $2 donation saying they will buy those Teslas while complaining. But that's the same thing that I was thinking. Trump wants them to go out and buy freaking terrorists, but like literally a couple of months ago, eggs are too high, cost of living too high. I bet you they're gonna go out and buy those Teslas. I was literally thinking the same thing. But anyway, W's in the chat for that $2 donation, guys. That means that we are now only $172 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. We have one spot open left on the panel, and I want to actually leave that open. If you're someone excited about the direction that the country is heading, I want to leave that open for someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading. So if you are someone that's excited about this Trump administration and the direction that the country is heading, go ahead and request up. We have Jay Bunky on the panel. Jay Bunky, are you someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and again, we'll leave this open. And if you are someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading, please, please, please request up. I'm going to leave the box open. We got a couple of people up here that are excited, but I want to make sure that we have enough room on the panel to keep the conversations moving around. Also, guys, if you see that timer on the screen, we still got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get up to 200,000 likes, or we are going to sub only. So tap, tap, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 300,000 likes. Dan, Chris, I want to come back to you guys for a second and let you finish up your conversation. Chris, I would love to hear you explain to Dan overall why you think that this Trump administration, even though things are not looking absolutely that great right now with this Trump administration and the economy, I would love to hear you explain to Dan why things are going to turn around and why you have faith in this administration. Also, dubs in the chat for Jessica Simone.
I will say, just a comment on what you said earlier. I mean, I do think, well, I know they have already started cutting in DOD. So I was originally saying, yeah, they won't touch DOD because Elon gets money from there, but they've already started cutting DOD hard. So
since when? Where'd you find that?
Well, I mean, I was just talking about all the probationary employees, all the probationary civilians that have been there less than a year got cut. Every week we have to submit 5 bullet points as to what Pete Hegseth put this out about 2 weeks ago. Every week we have to submit 5 bullet points of what we did last week. The hiring freeze has been in for several weeks. We're not allowed to hire anybody. We're not allowed to use the credit cards that we use to operate our daily expenses. There's no travel authorized. There's no. It's got to be very rare, like buy copy paper, print paper, ink cartridges, toilet paper. All of everybody's credit cards. I have 2 credit card holders in my department that both of them, it got reduced to $1 limit, so they can't be used for anything, and that's a minimum of 30 days while they look into stuff. But I'm just saying they have that.
Also, you're more so referring to like the freeze that that Trump put in place with the when he signed the executive order. That's more so what you're referring to.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said though, I haven't looked up how many number of people were let go during the probationary thing, but I know they sent out an email telling everybody that they were all going to be anybody less than a year in was automatically going to be cut. I haven't looked up the number of that, but
okay, all right.
that was part of it.
Okay, well, this is what I was able to find, and I'll share this with everybody real quick. But so it does look like there's a proposal, right? There's a proposal to cut $50 billion from the Pentagon, which apparently is only 8% of their budget, which is super interesting to me. But it does talk about the actual priorities and how they're kind of speaking to what you're saying, and then also how they're looking at some of the actual spending and the amount of employees that they have. So yeah, it looks like as far as anything actually happening at the moment, they have not done anything, but it is a conversation around the budget, what they're going to do. And to your point, they did institute those immediate pauses that were in place. Guys, it looks like we did not make it to the 200,000 likes. So I am going to go to sub only. I'll let you know what number that we need to get off of sub only. So if you would like to continue the conversation, go ahead and grab a subscription. The subscription gets you access to an amazing Discord. We have a ton of resources, great people, great community, but it also gets you a fast pass to get up to the panel. And also you get access to a bunch of really cool emotes. So if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription, become a subscriber, join our family and join our Discord. And also, apparently 225 is the number to get the chat back on. 225. Let's get up 225,000 likes, and that will get the chat turned back on. Yeah, Dan.
Santa, can you help me with something really quick also? Because I've been curious by asking this question to like Trump supporters and everybody like that. How is it okay to, like, for example, talk about getting rid of immigrants, right? You know, people that don't belong to this country. and yet have somebody from South Africa who doesn't belong in this country go through your personal files in the government. How do MAGA explain that one?
I'll say I mean, I don't. I'm not really MAGA per se, but I will say he is a citizen. It's not that he's not a non-citizen.
So,
I guess what TJ is more trying to say as well, and which I get it, right? It's the duality, right, TJ? I mean, and not just that, just being okay with Elon, but then when they say, "Oh, we don't want immigrants coming in," but then Elon and even Donald Trump said we want people coming in on H-1B visas, or when they put a focus on the southern border and the people coming through the southern border, but not the people coming through the northern border. Is that what you're referring to, like that both sides of your mouth?
The overall hypocrisy of making a statement like we don't want immigrants here, but immigrant is actually going through your files and everything else. Now it seems like more to me that I don't want brown immigrants here, but we'll allow a white immigrant come from South Africa to go through our own files. I just find that very, very strange. How nobody's screaming about that, but they're screaming about the brown people that come across the border actually contributing to society. I just find that strange.
It's strange to me how you're not talking about what they're finding. That's the more important thing. It don't matter who it is.
Hold on. Before you Boom, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you speak, but Boom, please remember, don't use any names of any special medication or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't use the name of like F whatever. Like, don't say any of those, okay? And W's in the chat for Alexa, who just became a subscriber. So Boom, what do you got?
Yeah, my thing is we should be more concerned about what they find. It don't matter who if it's Elon Musk or whatever. And like people trying to go around what they're finding because they stuck on Kamala Harris ain't got voted or elected, and they gotta find something on Trump to find. That's not the point. The point is what are they finding? What is he finding when they go up in there? It don't matter who it is. What is he finding? What they find when they go up in there?
Hold on 1 second, Boom. Jess, what up, Jess?
Hey, Santana. Hey, chat. Hey, family.
Jess, you missed it earlier. So TJ just met Boom, and I just wanted to let you. Did you see? Wait, you texted me back and I didn't see it. Wow, right?
What?
Yeah. And anyway, Jess, I just wanted to introduce you to the, before they got to it. All right. Boom. TJ, would you like to answer Boom's question?
I didn't understand the tap dancing gibberish that he was talking about. What was he trying to say? I don't understand the tap dancing gibberish. I don't speak sellout like that. Can you speak English?
Wow.
You don't only sell
crabs and a bear.
Hold on 1 second, Chris. Hold on 1 second.
Like, what are you doing for your community to my sellout? I'm active. Like, what are you doing?
What? Say it again.
Yeah, what you doing for the community? What you doing for the youth?
You not doing that again. You have to do tap dancing. I know you know how to do tap dancing.
Hold on, guys, one at a time. We can't hear both of you. One at a time.
I was talking. I don't need no. You looking for a president or Kamala to do something? That's why you keep asking. What did one of them LGBT people?
Hold on, TJ.
What he doing for? I'm not worrying about that. I'm doing for the community myself. During the pandemic, I'm the one sending herbs and all that. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia.
Oh,
Boston,
you're that
Virginia,
fool.
New York
I know who you are now.
I'm the one helping my family with all that stuff and helping other people's family that they ain't have no vaccine at that time. You wasn't out. Where you was at, bro? You was doing what you was told, bro. You was doing what you was told on the pandemic.
You know what?
The mask. You took a test and you took a vaccine.
So I was just.
You was doing what you told during the pandemic.
Hold on. Okay. Wait, guys. Seriously, both of you. We can't hear both of you at the same time. Boom, finish your point, and then TJ, then you respond. Boom, finish your point.
Well, like I said, he was doing what he was told during the pandemic. He wore a mask, he took a test probably, and got a vaccine. I ain't do none of that. I was out helping my people active, not doing none of that and showing them that you can survive. Doing the same thing.
I disagree with that.
From the earth.
Okay, hold on, Boom. Okay, hold on, Boom. Go on mute for a second. TJ, you can respond. Oh, wait 1 second, Boom.
Boss, I also do was
TJ, come on, TJ.
I be as a good man.
TJ, don't do that.
You ain't do nothing for your people. Keep talking like you talk like who you are.
Hold,
You're right.
hold on. Okay,
I'm
okay,
look,
hold on. All right,
let me
seriously,
let
wait,
me
wait, 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 wait. I'm okay. I'm muting both of you. I'm muting both of you. Who? Who? Guys, okay, let's take a whole step back. First and foremost, welcome back, chat. Welcome back, chat. Yes, free the chat. I just turned the comments back on. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 300,000 likes. Also, W's in the chat for Randall, who sent a $5 super chat to say, boom, they finally found them trans mice. What a find, my man. Yeah, no, they absolutely did. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Guys, we still have $172 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. I know for a fact that we can knock that out. We can definitely close that and look. Oh, holy smokes! I'm sorry. Let me read these out. I forgot to read these out. W's in the chat for Priscilla, who added $1 to the nightly donation goal, saying Trump is the one who said to buy gas cars. I can't. He absolutely did say that. W's in the chat for Wallace, who sent a $5 donation to say watch Vigilante Inc. It's the movie on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. And then W's in the chat to Priscilla, who added $1 to the nightly donation goal to say, can you have him clear up his age and how he was in jail? What do you mean? He's 48 and he did spend time in the penitentiary. So I'm not exactly sure. But guys, with that being said, that means that there is only $163 left in the nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. I know we can definitely close this out. All right. With that being said, boom. TJ, I want you guys to talk. 1, try to remain respectful. 2, no over talking. And 3, I see Jessica Simone has her hand up in the chat. So before I let either one of you guys go, I'm going to kick it over to Jessica Simone. But Boom and TJ, please, 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 one at a time, try to keep it cordial at the very least. Jess.
Hi, thank you so much. I won't be long. I just want to know, Boom said we should be worried about what they're finding. Could you please give me 3 things that they have found and how much waste did that amount to? Don't forget to cite it.
That was loud. Boom, Jessica was talking to you.
Talking to who?
He was talking to you, Boom.
You can't be talking to me. I don't play them kind of games.
Boom.
Boom, hi, how are you doing tonight?
You know I don't play them exploitation games, little question mark games. That's that homo shit. Don't play that with me.
Whoa, hold on, Boom. Wait a minute. What are you talking about, Boom?
AJ, don't put that LTGB stuff with me. Don't question.
Boom. Wait, no one. Hold on. Stay on mute for a second, Boom. Seriously. Seriously. Chill out. She asked you a simple question about what waste, fraud, and abuse has been found. And side note, what waste, fraud, and abuse has been found? And can you tell us what was the actual money and savings that was actually found with the waste, fraud, and abuse?
That's game.
What is a game? What are you talking about?
Little questions, man. That's game, man.
Okay, Boomer, you said that we should be worried about the things that
Hold on. Boom. 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 I need you to slow all the way down. I don't know what's happening, but the crash out came quick. I don't know if TJ's been needling you too much or, you felt intimidated about what Jessica was doing, but like slow the fuck down. Excuse my language. Also, we got K up on the panel. You know K don't play that. So chill out, Boom.
Maybe I said it wrong, but earlier, Bloomberg said that we should be worried about what they're finding. We should be worried about what Elon Musk is finding. So I'm asking, what did he find? Tell me 3 things that he found, and how much did the fraud and or abuse amount to? That's all I was asking.
Boom, would you like to answer Jessica's question?
I said we should be concerned with what they found. No matter what it is they found, that's what we should be concerned with. No matter, it ain't about what they found, what I'm going to say they found. It's about Our concern should be what they found, not no distraction about who it is and all that kind of stuff. Like somebody want to play a game.
W's in the chat for Olivia.
That's sidetrack talk for somebody to get around what we're finding. That's what I'm saying.
What did they find, Boom? Just what did they find?
He can say different things. I don't care about what I say they found or what somebody else gonna say. It's supposed to be concerned about what they found. That's it, not no person. That's my point I'm making. All that other little kid stuff.
Hey, boom. You remember when I said, could you back up a little bit from your mic? I think you're getting closer to your mic again.
Your partner.
You can't be as silly as you sound.
Hold on, TJ. Jessica, Jessica?
I just want to know, like you said, we should be concerned about what they found. What did they find that we should be concerned about?
Like I just said again, we should be concerned about, like if I'm teaching my child, if I'm talking to children, what's the name? And the child is saying, yo, I saw the teacher kiss, the teacher showed me a math problem, the 2 + 2 is 4, but he's saying, yo, the teacher, I saw him kiss the teacher, I can't, he worrying about the teacher kissing what he saw the teacher do earlier.
Okay. I have no idea what kissing has to do with teaching, but okay. Hold on, boom. Hold on.
This is a good commercial for Just Say No.
Oh, it is, but hold on, TJ. Hold on, everybody. I need you guys to stop coming off mute. Hold on. Jessica, I want to give the floor to Jessica, then I want to come to Kay, and then I got a couple of donations that I want to read out, and then maybe we can kind of wrap this all back around. I have no idea what just happened. Jessica.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to confuse the panel or Boomberg or whoever. I thought I was asking it. I thought I was asking it very clearly. I don't know where LGBT or the teacher and whoever got a little bit confusing.
I thought we was talking about Elon and government waste.
You know, that's what I thought. And he was like, it shouldn't matter who's looking for it. We should be more concerned about what they're finding. And I am concerned about what they're finding. And I would like to know what they're finding that I should be concerned about. And I thought maybe Bloomberg maybe knew, and I was asking him, what did they find that we should be concerned about?
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know, maybe I went wrong somewhere.
It's not the messenger, it's the message. So you're concerned on who. That's not be concerned on what they find. Like I don't teach my children that kind of stuff. So
what's the message, Boomberg?
Listen, we got
what's the message?
We got a situation with a person, and then a situation with the message. You talk about you try to have my child focus on the guy Elon Musk and his files and his background and all that. No, what is he finding? What is he finding?
What is he finding? That's the question, Boom. What is he finding?
It don't matter what it is. I'm talking about.
You just said what is he finding, and then you're gonna say it doesn't matter what he's finding. Like, pick a side, Boom. Which one? Does it matter or does it not matter?
The point, no, that matters. But what I say they found, I'm not going through that.
But what is it? What did you? Okay,
Google, you know what they found, and you answer that. Playing games, man.
Not what you said they found. What did you know?
Okay, Boom. All right, just a second, Boom. Just a second. Jess, I don't. Hold on a second, Boom. Hold on, Jess. I don't think we're gonna get an answer. I don't think.
You're right. I'm gonna go on mute. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jess. Hey, Kay.
Hello, everyone. Jessica, your question was crystal, if not top-notch diamond quality clear. I believe it is the comprehension that is the problem here. But I just wanted to congratulate the chat. Thank you so much for doing all the tapping tonight and meeting so many of the goals. I just really would like you to keep doing all of those good things. Also, Santana, your mic is just a little bit.
I've turned it down so many times. You know who just told me the same thing in the background. I don't know what it is because
it's when
I'm
you
gonna
get
turn it down.
active. It's when you get active and it gets real loud.
Okay, I'm turning it down.
Politely ask anyone that looks like me in the chat that makes any more emojis of an animal or references anything to do with a community conversation that is happening on this panel that does not involve people that look like us, you will be blocked and not warned again. Please let these conversations happen. There's no reporting here. We're just having conversations. We go one at a time. But I have had to ask multiple people, if you don't understand what a community conversation is, we're just going to have a quick little lesson. If there are people of color on the panel speaking about community issues between the Black community, we're not to interject. So please sit, listen, and learn. I do not want to see one more emoji of an animal or any type of verbiage or anything that you see people from the community using. Other than that, Jessica, first of all, can I just have a little side note of you look fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I saw you last night.
What about me, Kay? Am I cute?
I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Just absolutely beautiful. And thank you all for trying to keep it.
Whatever, Hawk. I am cute.
TJ, I mean, you're doing your best tonight. Your best. I know it's hard. I know it's really, really hard. But the question was clear, and I think Jessica deserves an answer. We are, if we're concerned about the waste and the fraud and all of that, and then I don't care who's looking for it, but I want to know what they found. So I'm with Jessica. Team Jess. All right, you guys have a great night.
Yeah, thank you, Kay. Thank you. Great call out as well. Yeah, I appreciate that. W's in the chat for Kay. W's in the chat for Haley, who sent $1 donation towards the nightly goal, saying, first of all, Elon Musk came here illegally on a student visa. Second of all, can Boom please teach the class on what they found? He just said a bunch of jibber jabber. Oh, Boom, they're not letting up off it as far as that finding. W's in the chat for Jacob, who sent a $1 donation saying, OKC, UFC, USC, Lakers in 5. I love you, man. I love you way more. Thank you so much for that. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Self Love, who sent a $2 donation saying, so does Boom believe in injecting bleach? No, Boom is all natural. He absolutely does not believe in that. Boom is absolutely all natural. W's in the chat for Gene, who sent a $1 donation to say, you're not cute, you're sexy. Listen, I'm cute and sexy. Combination. So yeah, W's in the chat for everyone who sent the donations. Thank you so much. That means we only have $158 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And also over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that super chat off. Chris, I want to come to you for a second. Maybe you can answer the question that Boom has not been able to answer, right? Jessica, basically wanted to know specifically what waste, fraud, and abuse has been found by Elon Musk and Doge. And can we get any actual numbers around that? Do you have any type of response to that?
It doesn't matter what they find. No, I'm messing with you. My bad. That was a bad joke. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I could read off the whole list of stuff they've claimed they found, but I mean, I know that's not. I mean, that's not going to help. But I mean, there's several things they've identified as it. However, I mean, none of it's been validated yet. So I mean, I would admit that. I mean, nothing they've claimed to have found has been validated as of yet. So I'm not as much of an op there as some people might think I am.
Okay.
You know, I have read that they have really the amount they found is like $3.2 billion worth of waste. Because some of the stuff they're claiming in that, I guess they said they found like so far 300 billion. I'm sorry, but some of the stuff
they're
up
up to on the Doge site. Doge site they're up to 100. The Doge site claims 105 billion, but
it's 105 billion. But a lot of that hasn't been allocated out yet. So the stuff they're claiming hasn't been sent out. but what they really found is like 1.2 billion worth of waste, quote unquote, so far. That's according to what I've read so far.
Yeah. Jay Bunky, you haven't had an opportunity to speak. What would you like to add to the conversation? Jay Bunky, I'm going to send you a request to come off mute. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Okay. I've listened to everybody and I get everybody's frustration, but my biggest frustration is what Trump and MAGA has done is divided this country right and left, red and blue, black people against white people. They've even managed to divide black people against black people now.
And Jay Bunky, are you a black person?
No, but I've listened to it. I've listened to Mr. Jones. I've listened to you.
Jay Bunky, are you a white woman?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Go ahead.
And what I'm saying is, what we're
Hey,
failing to see is,
Kay, can you come back up? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay Bunky.
what I'm seeing is, this isn't about that. This is about billionaires against the rest of us. Guys, we're all on the Titanic. I hate to tell you this. They're crashing the economy.
Hey, Jay
They're
Bunky.
destroying departments.
Bunky.
What?
Ma'am, did
Yes.
you not just hear?
No, I'm not. I'm
the
just saying
announcement
they're
I made?
dividing everybody.
Okay,
I'm not.
ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to stop yelling. I just said, do not speak on the community in which you don't belong to. So don't say.
All right,
what
I'm
is
sorry.
going
I'm
on
sorry.
in
I'm
the Black
sorry.
community.
I'm just saying what I'm observing. I'm not making judgments. I'm seeing what I've observed. I'm not making judgments.
I don't care if you've observed it. You're not part of the community. Don't speak on it.
All right, I'll take out that part. But the rest I've seen. The rest I'm a part of. I will take out the last one. I apologize for that. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean to offend anybody. All I'm saying is they are managing to divide everybody. And it's the billionaires doing it. They're crashing the economy. We're on the Titanic. They've taken the lifeboats. They're cutting federal employees. The stock market's crashing. I mean, they're even going after Social Security, which is an entitlement. And it's an entitlement because you're entitled to it. That's what it means by definition. You paid into it. And you've got a billionaire who's making $8 million a day trying to take away my $72 a day. And if people don't see that that's a problem, we are really screwed. And that's all I'm saying. And I apologize for anybody I've offended. I didn't mean to offend anybody. All I'm trying to say is we all need to wake up. We're all in trouble.
But
it's not a joke anymore. The billionaires, the oligarchs are taking control, and we're fighting over stupid stuff and not looking at the big picture. This waste they're finding, it's not waste. And they can't even verify it. Look at the Doge site. There's no documentation. There's no proof of anything. They keep changing it. One was 800 billion. Oh, I'm sorry. It's only 800 million. I mean, and then he'll stand up there and he'll say, well, I make mistakes. I'll correct my mistakes. They've got 20-some-year-olds with our data. They're in the Social Security, which is the most secure site we have in this government. And they are taking our data. They are into our data, all of our information. And we don't seem to realize how serious this is. That's my point. And for whatever it's worth, take it for what it's worth. But if we all don't stop this and look at what they're doing, it's going to be too late. That's what they're doing. And you've got to wake up to it.
So I think that we all would agree with you. I think we do think that, except in here, you're yelling at the wrong people. So you have a couple supporters up here, but in this platform,
I'm not yelling. I don't mean to be yelling, Kate. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated. I just listen to you lives, and I get so frustrated because it's like
I hear
we're
you.
not moving. We just keep talking, and it's scarier than hell.
Correct, but like prior to the election and things like that, what what were we what were you doing before that? Because
I
it
was
is
sending
scaring
out
me.
postcards. I was doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I fought like
So
hell
we
to
were
get the message out. I
so
had
we
a
were
thing
all
on
on the
my
same team.
I had a thing on my front lawn explaining Project 2025 because I could see the handwriting on the wall. I'm 76
Jay
years
Bunky,
old and I'm terrified.
I understand. I'm gonna ask you not to cry on the panel because that's
All right,
dangerous.
I'm leaving. Okay, I'll leave.
But
I'm sorry.
no, please
No,
don't.
I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset
I don't.
anybody.
No one's
Hey
upset.
Jay Bunky, just hold tight for 1 second. Just listen. I brought Kay up here because one, Kay is awesome. Two, she fun fact, Kay actually makes all of this happen. Literally. I've been told by my wonderful wife that apparently I'm just a pretty face on the screen. But anyway, Kay is someone that I trust to handle all of these conversations. Just slow down for a second, breathe, and just please just listen to what Kay's saying because I brought her up here specifically because she is more than capable of not only guiding and handling this conversation, but please, just stop for a second and listen. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kay.
So you have every right to be terrified. I think, the majority of us in the country are. When we look at, the percentage of the population who didn't vote for what's happening right now, or just didn't vote in general, I mean, we have a big problem. Um, and it terrifies me that you're 76 years old and you are still having to, keep voicing your concern. I think that just that when you come up and you're in this panel discussion, like have the conversation with one of the Trump supporters instead of kind of just like broadcasting it out to everyone that's here, because most of the people that are here absolutely 100% agree with you and feel the same way that you do. We've never seen proof. We don't, you know, just like you said, oh, I'll correct the numbers, but we never get to see that. But then we have people like Chris and Boom who, want to say that, oh, they see it on a mass scale and, anecdotal evidence of this, that, and the other thing. So, like, this community here is well focused on the things that we are doing now to try to implement as much as we possibly can. So I hope that you keep joining us and seeing what we're doing and 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 get involved in more conversations. The only reason that I originally came up here is that we really don't speak on other communities. We speak on our own. And since this election showed that our community didn't do enough, yeah, she wasn't going to listen, but we didn't do enough, in our community. That's what we need to focus on and not anyone else. So, hopefully she'll keep joining us because I think that,
Yeah, and Kay, I mean, like I understand her passion and fear and concern, and more so, like I'm, happy to hear. No, you're fine. It's fine. You're fine. Thank you. Like everyone's really worried, and okay, we've talked about this, like the direction that things are heading and how things are. Like it's a whole thing. So like I get it. Yeah, I I wish you would have been able to just finish that conversation with you because, like I said, not only do I trust you to host those conversations, but I feel like she could have gotten a lot from actually walking through that conversation with you. So
and also we can, I'll reach out to her and send her some resources too, because anyone who has their income being threatened right now by a giant cut is terrified. And, so it's seamless. But, one of the big things is that we try not to, do the tears on live because it's very triggering for a lot of people. So, but I think that, altogether it's a bigger conversation that needs to be had, and I think we're going to be doing that in a couple weeks anyway. So
listen, Drop them with the T's, Kay. You know, okay.
All right.
And apparently she's a subscriber now. So W's in the chat for Philly cheesesteak. Thank you so much for sending Jay Bunky a subscription. Jay Bunky, I don't know if you you do the Discord, but we have a Discord, so you can get in the Discord and not only get access to those amazing resources, but a lot more. So please look out for Kay reaching out to you. But thank you, Kay. Also, Kate, or yeah, I'll tell you in the back end. Guys, W's in the chat for governance. Governance sent a $10 donation saying, "I'd let you read me the first Harry Potter book." Winky emoji. Listen, I don't think you necessarily want to let me read a book. I tell you the way that I mess up words and names. I know for a fact I would mess up a bunch of Harry Potter names. But also, Boom has worms, and they. That is not funny. I cannot read it. And you said Team Royal Family. Listen, you know I can't read certain stuff off on the live, but thank you so much for that $10 donation. Debbie's in the chat for Goddess as well, who said, "Hey, I guess what black people been telling y'all for the last 60 years was what oppression looks like." Yeah, like we have. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is like black people specifically. The one reason why we were so adamant about what was happening and what was happening with the rhetoric that Donald Trump was portraying is because we know what it looks like and we know that how it spreads and it moves forward. W's in the chat for Kabira. Kabira sent a $25 donation. Thank you so much, Kabira. What up, Kabira? It sent a $25 donation saying, "I agree with Jay Bunky. Show her some grace at 76 years old. It's pretty terrifying. I'm 67 and I'm concerned." I know, and I completely agree and I completely understand, and we are on the same page for sure. With that being said, guys, we still have $122 left in the nightly donation goal. 670 people hanging out here. We can definitely close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. You can also send a super chat over on YouTube to support, and I will read the message out. Dan, you had your hand up. I want to make sure that I give you an opportunity to speak. I want to make sure Chris has an opportunity to speak. I want to let Boom and TJ finish their conversation. We cannot forget about Evan. But Dan, I'll come to you first.
Appreciate it. Just it ties in pretty neatly with your fourth topic, crypto taking over. Chris, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, did Donald Trump sign an executive order banning central bank digital currencies? These are all going to be yes or no questions, and the answer is yes to all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, sure. I mean, I'm not familiar with that one, but I mean, I'll concede that he signed it if you say he signed it. I'm not familiar with that one, but
the answer is yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll concede that he did.
Number 2, did Donald Trump select former tech VC and crypto advocate J.D. Vance as his running mate after extraordinary pressure from Don Jr. and billionaire Peter Thiel?
Yes.
Has Donald Trump repeatedly spoken in favor of cryptocurrency and signed an executive order promoting it?
Yes.
Has Trump shut down or defunded USAID, the CFPB, and FEI and announced plans to eliminate the Department of Education, OSHA, and FDIC?
Yes.
Has Trump promoted freedom cities, where new private cities would be built on federal land?
I mean, I'm not familiar with that, but I'm sure he did. I'm sure. I mean, you claim he did. So, I mean, I'm wondering if you're going to get to your point.
This is about the libertarian takeover of our government by techno oligarchs to turn the United States into a network of freedom cities. I promise it'll all make sense. It all ties together with some of the wacky stuff around, like, why Greenland? Why Gaza? What's going on here? Next one, has Donald Trump publicly suggested that the U.S. should take ownership of Gaza?
I don't believe so. But
he has. He's talked about turning it into essentially hotels.
Yeah, but he did not say the U.S. would do it. He said Yeah, but go ahead. I'll play the game.
Has Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency gained access to U.S. Treasury payment systems?
It's not Elon Musk's department, but sure.
The answer is yes. Did Elon Musk propose moving U.S. Treasury systems to blockchain technology?
Okay, all right. Just make your statements and then get to your point. I mean,
okay. Elon Musk has been integrating a payment system into the X app, including a deal with Visa. Elon Musk has suggested that X could become the equivalent of a bank where users can store and transfer money. Peter Thiel is a major financial backer of both J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. And here's where it gets interesting. Has Peter Thiel financially supported Praxis, a private city-state project run on blockchain? The answer is yes. Has Praxis been in talks with landowners in Latin America and the Mediterranean to establish its first self-governing city? The answer is yes. Has Praxis secured over $500 million in funding to build an autonomous city and prove that Praxians have founded companies worth more than $400 billion collectively? The answer is yes. Has Peter Thiel come out against democracy as early as 2009, and would his vision for Praxis include on-chain governance? The answer is yes, where basically the idea is your vote is determined by the number of coins you have in that particular cryptocurrency. So rich people hold the power. Does on-chain governance call for protocol to be voted on by stakeholders in proportion to their credits within that system? The answer is yes. It's just a few more. Has Praxis announced a credit system called Prax, where stakeholders earn credits based on their contributions to the development of Praxis through financial, construction, building businesses, governance, tech, and art? The answer is yes. And does Praxis have a manifesto stating that, quote, local communities will dissolve, nation states will crumble, and the next global superpower will be a network state? And this is just last four things that connect all the dots. And these a little bit more qualitative, Chris. Chris, do you think a privatized financial system on blockchain controlled by Elon Musk would reduce the government's ability to regulate currency? And this is a you opinion one.
This is, say that again, what?
Do you think a privatized financial system on the blockchain controlled by Elon Musk would reduce the government's ability to regulate currency?
I have no idea. I couldn't even answer that. It's a bigger brain than mine.
Chat seems to think yes. Do you think freedom cities and Praxis-style private city-states would reduce traditional government authority over large populations?
Chat says yes.
Well, I'm kind of curious what you think.
I mean, I don't. I mean, you've already told me the answer to all these is yes. So go ahead. I mean, I'm listening to your monologue here. Go ahead.
Just two more. Would a shift away from traditional government services, education, bank, federal aid, toward private alternatives create a system where corporate entities govern instead of elected officials?
I'm listening.
Most people would say yes. If the government is shrinking, and this is the last one, financial systems are moving to blockchain, private payment platforms are being integrated, and billionaires are building private cities, wouldn't that shift power away from elected governments and toward corporate-controlled territories?
I would assume so.
I would assume so as well. This has been the best explanation, and this isn't my research. This is at Crosstabs, who's fantastic. This has been what's connected the dots for me around, like, hey, why Greenland? Why this 51st state with Canada? What's going on with all this stuff? If this is the way it goes, it is effing scary. And by the way, there are sources and links for every single one of these things.
Yeah.
Dan, can
You
we get
know,
that information? question, Dan?
You know what's interesting, and then I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jessica. I apologize. Go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, 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 no. Go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry.
I was just
It's
seeing if
not
I can
mine to
get that
share, but I
information.
will. It's not mine to share, but I will ask. The reasoning is this information is even out of date. There's even more stuff that has happened that points toward that direction, which is scary.
No problem. You put it in the Google Doc and put it in your bio, and we're all on it.
I'll send you a note after, if I can or if I can't, but I can't promise anything.
Okay, no problem. And Coop, thank you for the $25 dono. And I just didn't know if we ever got that question, that answer from Bloomberg.
We absolutely didn't.
Okay.
So listen, let me call this out, right? What's super interesting about what Dan was just reading off, the reason why I didn't bat an eye, I've heard all of this. Like none of this that Dan was actually reading off to me was surprising. And fun fact, I heard all of this information here on the TikTok. RTP did a great breakdown of like all of this. RTP did like a video breakdown, and he went more in depth behind like what is it called, the PayPal mafia or whatever, and like all the people that are connected, and just like the way that they're like trying to transition forward, and how they're looking to basically there's a possibility of establishing like an actual it's a whole. I'm not even gonna spoil it. Not even gonna spoil it. RTP did like an amazing breakdown of like everything. And so all of this information that Dan just covered, I've heard it already. So that's why I didn't bat an eye. So yeah, go check out RTP's video on it. I think he put it on his YouTube as well, because he did like a quick excerpt on TikTok, but then it was like a full blown thing, I think, on YouTube. So yeah.
Santana, when you say RTP, what do you I'm not.
He's another creator here on TikTok.
Okay, is there something other than RTP? Because when I try to Google it, YouTube or something.
I don't know what his YouTube is, but his TikTok name, I think it's either RTP or RTP Talks or whatever. So there's that.
I'll eventually find him. That's cool.
Yeah. RTP Talks Media.
Okay, I think I found it. Daily live show Monday through Friday.
Yep.
About 5,000 subscribers roughly.
I think that might be his backup, but yeah. Check him out.
Yeah.
Check him
But
out.
But I will say it's amazing you've heard all this before, because Dan sounds like it's a super secret club that can know about it, because he don't know if he can share any info.
Well, he just said that it's not his information to share, which I mean, like so when someone else does the legwork for like this type of work, that's why I just shouted out, like that's why I haven't actually dug into it or spoken more on it, because that was RTP's work, right? I mean, like I would never want to take credit for someone else's work and the amount of energy, effort that it takes to actually do those type of things. So that's why he's just like, oh, you don't know if you really want to do all of that. So
I'm happy to send you links on everything. Like I can send you the news articles and put it together yourself. It's just not my like neatly put together summary to share with folks.
I got you. I understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do this real quick. W's in the chat for governance, who sent a $1 donation saying he gave you the awareness, he gave you the answers, and you still failed the test. I know reading and reading comprehension is not you Trumpers' strong suit, but dang. W's in the chat for that $1 donation, guys. That means that we are now only $121 from closing out our nightly donation goal. I know we can definitely hit that. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. If 121 people send $1, we can close that out. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Guys, this is what I would like to do. I would love to come back. As a matter of fact, this is what I want to do. Chris, Dan, thank you both for coming up. I really, really, really appreciate both of you so much. I'm going to drop both of you down.
Okay. Appreciate you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Thank you. Um, boom, boom. TJ, are you still there?
I'm here.
All right, Jessica.
Yep, I'm here. I'm waiting.
All right, I'm gonna let you host the conversation with Boom and TJ. I would love to hear what you would like to hear from them.
First of all, nice to meet you, TJ.
It was wonderful to meet you too. How are you doing today?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Won't he do
No, won't he will? Bloomberg, I feel like sometimes I have a hard time being able to get your question because sometimes it goes a little left before it goes right. And I understand what you're saying, like we should be concerned about what they're finding, which is very important. Like Santana says that, we like the idea of Doge, but it's very important who's doing it. So can you just tell me, what is the most concerning thing that they found that really raises your eyebrows?
Are you serious? They showed you on the panel all that stuff they found. It's like one said 800 billion, one said 1.5. He just said a number. So with all that, nobody know the answer to all that stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about. All that frivolous spending, all of it in totality.
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm sorry, say that.
All whatever the frivolous, whatever the really frivolous out of all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. I get that. I understand. What frivolous stuff did they find?
I'm not into all that.
Okay, hold on. You said that you're more concerned about the frivolous stuff that they find. What is frivolous that they found?
If I spoke about that with people, I'm not gonna keep speaking about that. But somebody asked me what's your source and where you get it from.
I didn't even get to ask you what your source
Boom,
is.
did you just say you're scared of sources?
No, I'm the source. That's the whole thing. So that's offensive to me. So when somebody says source, is this
Wait, did you say you're the source and that's why it's offensive?
Yeah. What's my source? I'm a grown ass man.
What, man? Just say no,
I ain't got no intelligence. I can't read something and figure it out, and I'm the source after I see what's before me and put it 1 + 1 is 2. That's it. I gotta go after that. I'm an adult. Like my grandma can tell me, yo, he's jealous of you, and she was right every time. I'm at that age now. I don't gotta go through all that stuff. You might have to go through all that I don't gotta go through all that. I know how to comprehend very well. That's why I don't score. If I take a reading test anywhere right now, I'll get the most I get is 1 wrong in any college I go to. And you want to test me on that too?
I don't know how many colleges you go to and take random tests, but I'm just asking, like you just said, I can look at something and read it and comprehend it. I'm just asking you where you read it at.
It wouldn't matter.
What did you read? You still didn't even tell me what it is that you read.
That's what I said.
Tell me the frivolous stuff that you read. Like what? Like what's frivolous?
When it's frivolous spending and there's so much stuff that's unsolved and all that, it's frivolous spending.
Like what?
There's nobody. And when we get to we got the actual facts of what really was done, then we go on the target. But right now,
Okay.
frivolous
Okay. Well,
spending.
what do we spend stuff on? What do we spend stuff on?
I'm not here to repeat all that stuff. I just show all the different things. A lot of stuff that they
But
got.
what different things? Like, give me one different thing. I know maybe I was asking for too much earlier.
I'm not gonna be naming all that.
You don't have to name all of that. Just name one.
Nah, I'm not naming all that.
Then how would I know it's frivolous if you're not giving me
Well,
the
look it up when I say it. You're an adult.
So you want what would you like?
Now my son, I gotta explain all it to him. But you got resources. You know, once I say that, let me see what they did.
I am thoroughly confused as far as what's happening right now, Boom.
Trying to play with me.
What are you talking about, Boom?
Can I please summarize this up, please?
Trying to play with me and see what I'm going to say.
Can I please summarize this up? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a prime example of just saying no. See, when you say no, you don't get into long conversations with foolishness like this. See, he's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? under the influence.
He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. TJ. He's not.
He's not?
This is Boom. He is not. I'm telling. YouTube keeps asking that question. No, Boom is not. He is not. He is not. This is Boom. He is not. He is absolutely not. This is Boom.
Are you sure there's not some kind of flavor of pepper?
I am positive this is just Boom.
Powder rock.
Whoa. TikTok friendly language. W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent a $1 donation saying, I owe you, but why does Boom believe y'all? I don't know. Boom is Boom. Boom is Boom. But guys, that means we only have $120 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. Remember, TikTok friendly language. Keep tapping the screen, guys. We're almost at 300,000 likes.
Sugar.
That thing about cool and say and sucking and driving, and then he come up and say something like that about
tar,
like me, and he bring up some sniffing and rocking.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Jessica, hold on. Boom, TJ. Jessica. Hold on, Boom. Jessica, I don't know about you, but I would be super interested in like your thoughts as far as what's happening with the massive layoffs, and maybe you would like to hear from Boom or TJ about that as well.
That's what I was thinking as far as the massive layoffs, especially with the 80,000 VA workers being, let go. How are we going to be able to efficiently support or provide health care to our veterans, the ones who lay down their lives, to protect our country, to make sure that we're able to sit on this phone at night comfortably and have these conversations, but yet they're not getting the Medicare that they need, knowing that I have family members who are in the hospital right now but cannot get approval from the VA because there's no funds, there's nobody at work. We can't get approval for them to be able to come home and get the care that they need because of all of the layoffs. Like, how is that going to be effective, and how is that putting America first?
There was no intention to put America first. I think we already figured that out already. Their intention was to help cripple the VA because we don't, let's be honest, America's never valued our soldiers, especially black soldiers. We have to remember this is the same country that denied black soldiers from their VA rights, from their GI Bill when they came back from war. This is the history of this country. Even those that came back from recent Gulf War, when they came back with mysterious illnesses, they didn't treat them correctly. And to the point where there are veterans being unalived. The veterans right now are unaliving because of the various illnesses due to mental or physical abuse of the U.S. military. And today we are treating them as we always treat them, like crap, because we don't value our soldiers, and until they are we only value them when they're doing things for us. And then when they get out the army, when they come back home, we don't value them anymore because that's how America treats its soldiers. It's always have, always will. So people are shocked why we are doing this to our VA. I'm not shocked because this is our usual treatment of our soldiers. We have to understand that, and then once we understand it, we can come up with solutions. One solution is people should have known this from this previous administration and voted correctly. But now we got to suffer. We have to wait another. Hopefully, if people can survive another 4 years, if we get through these 4 years, we will know we need to vote correctly next time, and not for somebody who feels like our soldiers are nothing but pieces of tissue under his shoe.
Right.
Let me read these off real quick. Hold on one sec, TJ. Hold on one sec, TJ. W's in the chat for Haley. Haley sent a $1 donation saying, "I'm begging you, please, no more Boom. I'm running out of ibuprofen. Listen, you're gonna have to send me some." W's in the chat for governors who Oye. Well, I mean, I know, but Oye. The frivolous spending is on this worm infested. You like I can't say this stuff on TikTok. Like the stuff you know I can't say this stuff on TikTok. Yes, it's on his ankle monitor. And yes, absolutely. W's in the chat for Oye for the $5 donation, guys. That means that we are now. I think we can close out the donation before we get out of here. That we're now $114 away from closing out the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Jessica, did you want to pass the mic to Boom for a second before we go back anymore?
Yes, and I just really quick, I do want to pass it to Boom. There's 583 people in here. If everybody sent $1, we can literally clear out this goal in like 20 seconds. Like, do a dollar train.
And I can say just real quick. I'm speaking as someone that has not only worked with veterans in my career, also I am well. I don't like calling myself a veteran. I was only in for a couple years, but I also served time. I served time in the military, so I know the mentality of what soldiers go through. I talked, like I said, I talked to many a veteran, and we have a lot of veterans out there that are scared. Right now, they just opened up VA hospital here in Jacksonville, where I live, and right now it's a ghost town. There's nobody moving. There's barely security out there. And I'll tell you, before the election, you couldn't get in the VA hospital. It was so crowded. Now it's almost empty. And this is because our president doesn't value our soldiers, doesn't value doesn't value our old soldiers, our old people. Period. Because now we have now old folks who are excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say old folks. Our elderly, that are now starting to choose between their medication, rent, and food. And this is what's going on in America today. And if you really vote for Trump, I think I have to question your humanity. Just being honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second, Jess. What did you want to ask Boom?
This guy crazy, man.
You know, whatever you want to add, because I feel like he gets offended anytime I ask a question.
Boom, I would like to know, kind of doubling down on what TJ said, right? I mean, like, we have an understanding that at the very least, you know, there should be veterans that are taken care of, and this administration, including with the Republican Party, has turned their backs on veterans. Like, Boom, how can you support someone who at the very least can't support the group of people that are not, or I'm sorry, how can you support the group of people that don't support the people that put their lives on the line for us?
Yeah, and it's what he just said. He don't know how somebody. I keep telling you, it don't matter who you vote for. But then you saying all this stuff. That's you saying the problem. The problem. So you saying the people. That's why we ain't doing it. We can't do nothing because a lot of Kamala supporters is worrying about who somebody vote for. I'm not. I vote for Trump all the time. I ain't get invited by the guy. I still talk to my family members and friends that voted otherwise, and my mother and different people. You try to work with them with their stuff and help them with stuff. That don't stop that. I would have called them names and doing all this kind of stuff. But this is what y'all doing. If we keep doing that, but we the one that's supposed to be out here working together, doing stuff like I've been doing. I saved people's life out here that voted against me, that voted for somebody else. I'm still out here right now. I'm still saving people's life with Seymour's, Moringa pot, all this stuff I'm doing with people with cancer, all kind of different stuff. And I'm out here doing this stuff for free too at times. So I don't understand how you don't understand that unity amongst us. It don't got nothing to do with them. A dog is gonna be a dog. If that man is a dog, he's gonna be what he's gonna be. What we gonna be out here together as far as what's going on. If we see all that dude that say all that, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. All right, but what you gonna do about all that? So you know all that kind of stuff. What's your preparation for all that for your community? Or what we're gonna do about this stuff that's implemented? So we gotta come together. It's not about me quoting no name because you voted for Kamala or because I voted for Trump and he won. It's not about none of that. It's about what we're gonna do after all that. After one of us is wrong and one of us is right. What we gonna do together? Like in Bengal when my grandmom and them, they didn't care about grandfather voted for Reagan. He My grand, they didn't care about none of that. We come together, we improvised, and we did something together in the community. All that stuff didn't mean nothing. I got a Muslim grandmother and a Muslim grandfather in my family and a Jehovah's
Hey, Jess. Hey, Jess.
stuff that's going on from back
Hey,
then.
Jess. Hey, Jess. Are you getting any of this? Or
Y'all just with that.
like boom? It's like boom. It's like every other word. I don't know what's happening if you're like doing this with your phone or whatever, but it's like every other word. Boom.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's happening with your phone, boom, or your mic or something. Maybe you yelled into your mic too many times and you've blown the speaker back out or something. Pause. But like we can't hear you, boom.
Santana, were we able to comprehend him before the microphone problems?
Not at all.
Calling people a coon and calling names, that's not gonna help. Because if you vote for Trump, you a name. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna help us out here in these streets out here. What we gotta go through. We're gonna go through something anyway. If Kamala won, we're gonna go through something anyway. So either way, we had something that we had to stick together on and come together on. It don't matter what we voted for. Either way. So now you're gonna take that chance and call somebody a coon and every kind of thing. At the time, we gotta be for you to stick together on something that's not for us.
So why you weren't trying to stick together with us before? You weren't trying.
I told you, I don't separate from my people. What do you mean? That's why I just told you. I'm still helping people right now. I can show you in my phone. I can show you the screenshot. The old man that I bring liquid chlorophyll and mullet help him with his lungs. He had a problem. I helped him with his lungs.
That is not a medical treatment. Listen, guys, no, do not follow that. That is not medical advice. Boom, it's not a doctor. He doesn't even play one on TV. Do not follow those directions.
I ain't say father. I'm saying what I gave him. I ain't say that children. I'm just saying this is what he got to help him situation. Period. I know the language.
Oh my god. Bloomberg, you said that you stick with your people. 92% of black women voted for VP Kamala Harris, and a good 78% of black men voted with Kamala Harris. Why did you not stand with your people at that time? And then you separated yourself, and then now since the results have happened, now you're like, we need to stick together. Why?
You're not making no sense.
Neither are you, sir.
You're really not, boom. You're really not, boom.
Why didn't I stand with my people?
Put a 1 in the chat if I'm making any sense to you, and put a 2 in the chat if boom is making no sense to you.
You're saying why didn't I stand with my people? And I have to explain to you what I'm doing for my people. For my people. You standing with them. What you doing with them? I'm telling you, I'm for my people. I'm doing stuff for my people. I'm mailing stuff over here, down south, and not just where I'm at. South Carolina, North Carolina, like I said, Georgia. I can show you the address.
Go on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Twist it around your head like a helicopter.
Boston.
No
I can
offense,
keep going.
This is no offense.
Y'all, please go ahead and close out this nightly goal. So we.
No, I mean we about to go ahead and it's t-shirt time. I mean the countdown has been off. I just thought
I'm not no one state.
There was gonna be something,
At this point, it's punching down. I'm just being honest with you guys.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Kimberly, who sent a $5 donation saying dollar train. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. W's in the chat for Oye, who sent a $1 donation saying please drop Wormathy. Jeez Louise, she's been on Boom's head tonight. W's in the chat. Also, W's in the chat for Jessica Simone, who sent a $10 donation towards the nightly donation goal. It says, I got $10 on the nightly goal chat. What you got? W's in the chat for Jessica Simone for adding that $10. Now we're only $98 away from closing out the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Yeah, listen, even YouTube is over on your head, Boom. So let's close this out here. Boom. Bottom line it for TJ and Jessica, which I know Jessica knows, but bottom line it for TJ. Please help TJ understand just your perspective in general as far as why you support Donald Trump and what are your next steps in these coming years under this administration. Boom.
You said what?
I said, bottom line, this for TJ. I said, can you explain to him why you think that why you were willing overall to vote for Donald Trump and what you plan on doing under this administration for the next couple of years?
Well, I explained that in the beginning. Why I vote for him.
I said bottom line, boom. That means like summarize it, like put it in a nice package and then wrap that in and tell them like your reason and then how you're going to move forward in the next couple of years.
Oh, I voted for him because I wanted to. I'm a grown man. I'm an adult, and I have the right to be different. And I'm gonna continue on helping my people like I've been doing, no matter who they voted for. Like my grandmother, I'm not divided from nobody. I'm still gonna. It don't matter who they vote for. I'm gonna continue on doing that and helping to the best of my ability, like I've been doing. Nobody can't come around me sick. I can't watch no girl get beat up or none of that. I'm still the same way. It ain't gonna change nothing. I don't care who she voted for. You ain't gonna be doing nothing to her in front of me. I'm still the same. It don't change none of that, man. So I don't know how y'all understand that. You gotta be like ABE, adult basic education or something, act like you went to college or went to college and still ABE. I don't know what's going on with y'all. People are still gonna be who they are, no matter who they voted for. My grandmother knew that. I don't know how y'all don't know that. My mother don't know that. Why y'all don't know that? Y'all little kids, like little children.
Okay, boom. TJ, can you bottom line it for Boom and explain to him why his thought process is harmful and what he has to look forward to for these next couple of years?
I'm not going to address
The process got me very healthy.
I'm not going to address it. I'm not going to address it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this, and then I'm going to drop because I feel my brain.
Those drugs, none of that.
Hold on, Boom.
My brain cells have been strained during this conversation, so I'm going to try to preserve them. But I have to say this: this is why tap dancers are dangerous in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have knowledge of themselves or of us. This is the typical tap dancer that is concerned about himself and what he's doing, allegedly doing, and everything else.
Don't say that.
He's not concerned about our future.
You don't know that.
He wasn't concerned about our future when he voted for a man that wanted to take away a woman's bodily autonomy, especially the time it's that black women are
Boom. Stop it, Boom. Go ahead, TJ.
At this time right now, see, I'm trying to be. Oh, thank you. This time right now, black women are being under attack. We saw what they were trying to do with Jasmine Crockett when she's speaking out. We as a community are being attacked. Our history is being attacked. Our right to exist is being attacked as we speak. Like I said, this man, his first day in office, went to his office, sat down, and with a stroke of a pen, weakened with the Civil Rights Act. He's going after the Voting Rights Act. He's going after the 14th Amendment. This man is dangerous for our community, and when you voted for him, you voted for your own annihilation. And I'm just being, that's not being me being feudalistic. That's being real. This man wants to curb our history. This man doesn't want us in this country. He wants us in this country as long as you're entertaining him, playing football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever we do, sing, dance, and that way he not put a nice statue in his garden for you, and then he'll call that Black History. Guys, when you voted for him, this is what happens. Now, no offense to anybody, Santana, I love you and everything else, but I don't join with people that wants to erase my existence. I don't have allies. I have accomplices. If you're not my accomplice, don't run to me. Because being an ally with you guys got into this situation. Because when we were telling you, especially black women, I'm gonna give black women props. I saw black women have whole lives about Agenda 47. Agenda 47, Project 2025, and we sat down. They gave you the answers, and there's many other creators on this app, and many others around America that sat there and tried to talk to you, and it was like an open book test. America failed an open book test, so now we all got to suffer. I don't feel sorry for anybody that's losing their jobs to vote for Trump. That if you want me to call me mean, sorry. Voting has consequences. I don't care. I don't care about your crocodile tears. I don't care what's going on with you, and I feel bad for your children. But this is what happens when you fuck around and find out.
Language. I know for a fact that my mom is watching right now because I just checked that. TJ, language.
When you F around and find out, this is what happens. So guess what? We are here for the we're here now. So at this point, people, we gotta buckle down, survive. Get your voters registered. Make sure you're registered to vote for the next 2 years, or vote for your local elections. I had to start doing things that I'm not used to doing. I had to start going to school board meetings. I don't have any kids, but this is how serious it is. These people are trying to erase us completely and control us, and we got to show that they can't do that. But we can't go out there rioting. We can't go out there protesting. We have to do things. In a different way now, because that's what they anticipate us doing, so they can enact martial law. And that's another conversation. And God, we do want that's another conversation. I'm trying to Santana probably won't have time for that tonight. But all I'm saying,
Yep, no, and it's definitely t-shirt time.
Yeah. Let me just close out with this. Black people, be careful out here, please. Black women, I love y'all. Be careful out here, please. I want y'all to know this is serious out here. I'm fearful, but I'm also hopeful that we are now in this place in history. We can find ourselves with common ground and common goals. And I'm not saying we should get along with everybody, but everybody that shares our plight should know what we should be doing right now. Let's do that, and that's all I'm asking. I love y'all. I love my community. Please stay up.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet
Absolutely,
you.
TJ.
Nice to meet you. Santana, I love you, brother. But you ever do that to me?
Love you more. Have a good one.
If you ever do that to me again, I will.
Listen, I knew exactly what was happening. That's exactly why. Listen. Huh. I knew what was happening. Huh. I know that you two are diametrically opposed. I appreciate you, TJ.
Take care of yourself, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Jess.
What a night.
What a night. What an absolute night. What an absolute night. It's interesting. Jess, what would you like to add?
I think my brother TJ summed it up very, very nice tonight. It's been a very, very long day in Bloomberg. Even though I try to have these conversations with you, because I feel like somewhere deep down there's a decent human being. Sometimes you just gotta accept when there's just a lost cause, and you did give me a little giggle tonight. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes you got to laugh keep from crying. Like, is this what we're left with? Is this what we're up against? And to know that there are so many of them is really disheartening. It's very disheartening. But yeah, I'm gonna get me some rest. Brother, I always appreciate you for having me on. Y'all showed Santana some love, for him to be able to extend this energy every single day. Just want to give you your flowers and thank you and say thank you, brother. Not only for giving the platform to other people to speak, but also allowing us to have this discourse.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jess, it's a team effort. I appreciate you so much. You're always absolutely amazing. You got like 3 more minutes to hang out with me?
Of course. Come on now. I appreciate you and I love what you do for the culture.
Okay. W's in the chat for Jarvis. Jarvis sent a $5 donation saying, boom, is here. Why? Yeah, Boom was holy smokes. W's in the chat for Wallace, who sent a $5 donation saying Boom sounds like the crazy ass uncle at the barbecue. Yes, all of that. W's in the chat for Juanita, who sent a $5 donation saying wow, Boom is lost. Yeah, it's interesting. W's in the chat for Wallace, who also sent another $5 donation saying a vote for a felon is a vote for Jim Crow 2.0. And wait, hold on. Am I reading? Is this old? Oh, wait. And yeah, okay, no. And then W's in the chat for Wallace, who also sent another $5 donation saying, reminder, watch Vigilante Inc., the movie on YouTube. I'm definitely going to check that out for sure. Definitely going to check that out for sure. And W's in the chat for Oye, who sent a $1 donation, and I'll read it out. Listen, I'm leaving Wormothy and his tap dancing friends with their favorite orange Cheeto. Absolutely. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that $1 donation. You are absolutely amazing. Jessica, I got a question for you.
I got an answer.
Do you know, I don't know if you know this person or not, but do you know Elizabeth Booker Houston?
I do not.
You don't know Elizabeth Booker Houston?
No.
Okay. So, Elizabeth Booker Houston, chat, do you guys know Elizabeth? Does anyone in the chat know Elizabeth Booker Houston?
Bitch, I almost died.
Forgot that's your thing. So you guys might, yes. Someone says she's the lawyer. Yes. Listen, I'm sure you probably do know her. If you see her videos, I'm sure you've seen the videos and you're like, oh, I know her. She's a lawyer. She's a comedian. She's a political activist. She's actually someone who, she just did a great interview with Jasmine Crockett after the State of the Union. All right, she was with them and she got to spend some time with Jasmine Crockett. Polly said you're obsessed. You're obsessed? Okay, cool.
Send them to me. Send those videos to me when y'all come across her page so I can get familiar.
Yeah, no, she is just she's absolutely dope. Let me do this real quick because this wasn't doing like a
Won't use a gun bar this round, and I bet you.
Holy smokes. Okay. Hold on. All right. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna try to be quick about it. So yeah, I wanted to actually share something with you all. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it on the screen, and we can watch it together. This is my new video, so make sure you go to my page. It just was posted while we've been live, so there's that.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Santana, and I know everybody's been asking, hey, when is Brunch with My Creator coming back? Well, guys, I promise you, it has been well worth the wait. This Sunday, March the 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, we are back, and not only are we back, but we are back in a big way. Have you ever wished that
Is the video not moving?
It's not moving at all.
Okay,
I
that's
thought I was
awesome.
tripping.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Okay.
Not you kind of miss Boom already.
March the 16th at 2. What's
Can you
going
hear
on,
this,
everybody?
Jess?
It's your boy Santana.
I can hear it.
Okay, but it's just not moving. Dang it. Hold on. Look at me trying to be fancy on the fly and it's just not working out for me. It's not working out for me.
It's moving now.
Yeah, but this is not the same. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm about to pull some rest of that. I know. Okay, I know, but hold on.
I know. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Santana, and I know everybody's been asking, hey, when is Brunch with My Creator coming back? Well, guys, I promise you, it has been well worth the wait. This Sunday.
All right, forget it. I'm not gonna do this. I refuse. This is technology doesn't work. Y2K should have taken it all down. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. Anyway, guys, this Sunday, Brunch with My Creator, I will have Elizabeth Houston Booker on. She will be my special guest for Brunch with My Creator this Sunday. Go watch a video on my channel, please. Just go to the page and watch the video. Tap the likes, comment, do all the other things. She is an amazing person. She is someone who is an activist. She's a lawyer. She's a comedian. She's a social media influencer. She's a political social media influencer. She is really big on TikTok, Twitter's, Instagram, all this other stuff. She's absolutely amazing. I was listening to her interview Jasmine Crockett after the State of the Union, and it was listen. She keeps it 100. So yeah, this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, Brunch with My Creator. We will have Elizabeth Booker Houston. So make sure you guys are there. That was bad, Jess.
It's okay, no
that was a
worries.
bad
Priscilla, I
rollout.
think we have $68 left in tonight's goal, if we're not mistaken, right, Santana?
Let's see. 68. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Priscilla said, wait, shout out to Priscilla W. Priscilla's in the chat in advance, you guys. She said, wait, don't you worry about a thing. I got this.
Oh, no, it's actually 65 because she sent $1 to say what's left. I didn't even see that. So yeah, it's only 67. I'm sorry, 67. 67. Yeah, that was I tried to do that on the fly, Jess, and then I'm getting messages on the background saying just announce it, but I get stubborn when I try to do stuff. Yes, I know. I was just trying to do it.
Mhm.
It
Yes,
disables the
67.
feature when your camera moves. Yeah. They're
Lovely
talking about
Renee
this.
said she sent $4 too.
Jess, you see this?
Yeah, I seen it kind of going in and out.
Yeah, it's because of the green screen and now I'm being yelled at and saying,
Get your shit together. Sit
yeah.
your ass still.
I know you know who was yelling at me in the background saying, stop moving. He said, no, I didn't
Lovely
see
said
that.
she sent $4. Priscilla says 6.
Oh, I thought I read that off. Did I not read Lovely off? I thought I did because I had it up. Lovely definitely sent $4 and I read that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't read it. I looked at it and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lovely. W's in the chat for Lovely who sent that $4 and said, I don't know why Boom does this to himself. Listen, you're absolutely right. That is absolutely insane. And massive W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla, you are freaking awesome. Priscilla said $67, closed out the nightly goal and said, run it up. You are freaking insane. Thank you so much for that. Oh, W's in the chat for Priscilla. Yeah. Jess, it has been a night.
It has. It's been interesting. And look, I said I was gonna go to bed early because I had an early morning, but look at me. Boom, I got me caught up again.
Yeah, but just I mean, there's always some chaos going on here on late nights, so you got to stay around for that.
It gets you every time,
Every time. Anyway, Jess, all right, you get some sleep. We're gonna get out of here. Outro?
Yeah.
Outro? All right, guys, listen, thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the taps. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for putting up with Boom. Thank you for putting up with the chat. I appreciate everyone and everything that you've done, guys. We will be back tomorrow for another Late Nights with Santana. We'll be back tomorrow for another Late Nights with Santana. It looks like Carbon is live. He's live on his backup Carbon Says, or his main Carbon Says. So we're going to go raid Carbon. Carbon Says, Santana raid at Carbon Says. We're going to get out of here. I love you all. Jess, you're amazing as always. And what she said.